What's up, everybody? Peace. This is the Information Man Show. I thought about doing this particular video on my reaction channel, Info Media Reacts, because I haven't done anything over there in a little bit. And I thought maybe this video would be better on that channel because that's the channel where I do a lot of reaction to. But I said, let me go ahead and do it on this channel, Information Man Show, because obviously I haven't been putting out videos on this channel every week. As I'm managing other channels, I've got the Prime Sports Media channel, so I've been heavily involved in the sports channel, and now I'm getting back on the saddle here to cover this particular topic. Now, last week, we had a lot of people over here last week, and I really appreciate that. We had to go in on Fat Joe and examine the things that he said on that, on the math podcast. And I know I said his last name incorrectly, so forgive me for that, but I did get his first name right, the guy who runs that podcast in New York in the barbershop, Math. And this whole situation is getting worse. I am going to get into that, but I just want to touch on another area. Kweli, the rapper, he has got in on this whole situation and have said some things that is disturbing because he agrees he did not call Fat Joe out as he should have, but instead he doubled down on the crap that was being put out by Fat Joe. So this is just a side issue that I just wanted to bring up because it's a damn shame that we have black people that will co-sign this type of nonsense. And let me put his picture up here real quick before I get into the Umar situation. I know y'all came over here for the Umar situation, and we're going to definitely get into that. But let me just put this picture up here real quick. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, here it is. Kweli. Y'all know him. Rapper out of New York. Kweli. There he is. Kweli did not call Fat Joe out for his hypocrisy. And we got these fake pro-black, these fake, I'm 100% down for it all, like Kweli. Now, I know Kweli has an immigrant background. Maybe that's why. I don't know. But that it's funny how all these New York rappers, they're all silent. We should, like I said before, Fat Joe should be canceled. Now, let's get to what you came over here in the first place. Let's get to all American, white, blue, red, and white, Umar Johnson, the Pan-Africanist himself. Umar, I've had some problems with Umar in this issue, ladies and gentlemen. I wish you all well coming in. We got Beverly Palmer. Alicia, I hope y'all like my new look. I've upgraded a lot of things in my studio area. A lot of upgrades that I've done, and we're gonna keep this thing all going. Umar Johnson has made a lot of statements that I don't agree with as it relates to the reparations issue. He was on at least 2 or 3 podcasts, everybody, in which he had the audacity to say that black Americans in this generation don't deserve reparations, or that we're not fit for it, or we're ready to handle it. But then at the same time, he contradicts himself by saying that we need to think about reparations for the future generations. How dumb he is. Reparations is for future generations because it's called generational wealth, Umar, which is what other white society has. What? Generational wealth. They got their wealth in the past, and that wealth was handed down. Now, he says that if black people get this money, and I've heard this argument from a lot of goofies on YouTube. Well, if black people get this money, they're going to spend it all up. Damn it. Everybody spends their money when they get money. Nobody calls out white people who bankrupt the society Who do you think put us in a deficit, in a recession, in a $1 trillion deficit? Who runs the country? White folks, okay? Who you think run Wall Street when we went through that situation in 2008? So I don't like the argument that black people are the only ones who don't know how to manage their money. Obviously, you're going to have some black people that can manage their money, and you're going to have some that can't. Just like you have people in every group, race, that will manage money properly and will default on their money. So this premise that people use, that Umar's using, that I'm going to play for you, is a dead premise. In California, you had a private bank in Silicon Valley. Remember that story, everybody? That bank went belly up. Who ran that bank? It wasn't black folks. It was white folks that ran that bank and ran it into the dirt. America, I'm going to say again, this country we call America, all red, white, and blue with the Statue of Liberty, all boot to the chute, okay? America has a deficit. And we certainly don't run the deficit or run the economics of this country. So this whole thing that we can't manage money is bullshit. 9 out of 10 times, people that are illiterate, that are uneducated, they're not going to manage their money properly. However, don't we have black people in the black community that are accountants, that are businessmen? I'm sure that this would allow people to help black people, other black people, to help them better finance their money. Okay? Certainly, this would help us in so many ways. Housing. What's the one thing that black people suffer from? Not access to proper health and housing because you don't have economics. Money is what makes everything work in this capitalist society that we live in called America, red, white, and blue. I don't think that, and Umar knows that, which is why Umar is always begging you on social media every damn time, telling you, hit your Cash App. Hit your Cash App. Hit your Cash App. Hit your Cash App. Hit your PayPal. Hit your PayPal. This is for FDMG, he says, yet we have not seen a school, ladies and gentlemen. I don't need to tell y'all something y'all already know, but this man tells you over and over again, hit the PayPal for the FDMG Academy, P.O. Box 6872, Philly. Guess what? Remember, Umar was issued a letter that came out of Philadelphia to cease and exist from asking for money, because in Philadelphia, they know that he's running a scam, and he's been running a scam for a very long time. I got to admit that Umar Johnson is a great orator, right? He speaks well. He tells black people what they want to hear. He's got that preacher cadence, that preacher cadence, jack-a-leg preachers, right? He says everything that that we think is cool, right? Now check this out right here. This is the kind of stuff that Umar does in his preacher cadence. Check it out.
Cool. Yeah. But I'm wondering now, after 30 years, why do you only have one school? My second question to you, do I have to be a Christian to go to that school?
No.
Now,
Okay.
let's stop it. This what happened, everybody. This is a podcast. I did a video on this, what was it, last year. This was a podcast with Umar Johnson in Canada. He was invited to Canada on this podcast, and he was very disrespectful to the brothers on this podcast. He had the nerve to say, why is it there just one school? The brother told them that they have a school that has been thriving and doing a lot to help black folks that live in the Canada area. How can Umar criticize what they have in Canada in terms of why they only have one big black school or no school, when Umar has failed to open a school himself? We have not seen a library, books, or anything in a school when it comes to Umar, right? Umar has been asking black people for money over and over again. Hit the Cash App, as I said before. Always, always, always asking for money. And get this, everybody. You all know this. Honors has talked about this on his channel all the time. Umar Johnson constantly, and I mean constantly, comes up with fantastical stuff that's like magic, right? He has a fantastic what do you call fantastical, right? Like that. Magic. Going on about how he wants to have a school bus that would pick up kids in New York and Brooklyn and all this magical stuff that doesn't make any sense, y'all. The man is just a talker. He has been talking us out of our money for years now.
Tell the truth.
And every time you see Umar Johnson talking, he's either walking the streets, he's in graveyards, or he's on his cell phone filming himself, right, in the car. You don't see him in an office like this brother right here. I'm just laying it all out for you all. Why don't we see Umar in an office like this, right, where he's working hard, he's got pictures, he's got his degrees in the background, he got plants in the background like that brother has right there. Why don't we see Umar in an office, a professional setting? Oftentimes we see Umar out in the streets like this, car breaking down, driving in rent-a-cars that he don't even own, right? In hotels, motels, Holiday Inns and shit like that. No professional setting, but has the nerve to tell me and you what we should be doing with our money. Can you believe this, that Umar has the audacity to tell us what we should be doing with our money? That he has the audacity, ladies and gentlemen? Do you understand what I'm saying? This man has been running a scam, what is it, 20 years now, over a decade now, over and over again. He keeps moving the ball. He says that the school is going to open up in 2019, then 20, then 21, 23, now 24. It's always a new date. That damn school was supposed to be opened up a long time ago. We've got people that were kids when he first came out with this idea that are like grown folks now with kids of their own. Umar Johnson, as Honors always says on his channel, is that what he is doing is a long con. He's been running a long con for a very long time on black people. And what happens is that I get sick of Umar being involved in conversations that he has no business being involved in when he should focus on the school, but he doesn't do anything with the money. And today, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to let you in on a secret. And I think Brother Honors should know this because I know Honors does a lot of research, but I ran across a video that was at least 1 to 2 years ago. And what I'm here to tell you when it comes to Umar and how he has cheated black people, why he gets on podcasts waxing poetically about how we don't need any money because black people will just spend the money inappropriately and that it's not for this generation. What Umar is really saying to you underneath the surface is that you're not giving him your money. The problem is that he really wants black people to give him their money. But this shows you how dumb Umar Johnson really is. You see, everybody, Umar is dumb for these reasons. And this is telling the truth.
Tell the truth.
He doesn't have the fortitude to think deeply, which is, don't you know, knucklehead, that if black people had reparations and you keep saying, hit the Cash App, hit the PayPal, hit the Cash App, don't you know if black people had that money, had reparations money, don't you know that Umar, some of this money would fall into your lap, dummy. Wake up, dummy. You would get some of that money and maybe you could finally open up this school, which has been a long con for a long time. Let's get back to this video right here and let you see how he sets up here talking so high and mighty to these brothers in Canada about a school that's actually doing more than Umar Johnson has done. Another question why I go to this video that I want everybody in the chat room to ponder, everybody, and ponder this very well. When's the last time you've seen Umar working with kids, educationally, academically, not taking them to graves, not some so-called college tour, but when have you actually seen him applying what he always tells us, that he's a school psychologist, that he is a psychologist registered and certified? I'm here to tell you right now, Dr. Umar did go to school and get degrees in psychology, but I'm here to tell you, it took him forever, as Honors was talking about, to get those degrees. And secondly, I don't think he's certified because last time I checked, when you work in mental health, you must get what they call continuing education credits, CEUs. When does he have time to do all that when he's gallivanting all around the country on your dime, begging you for money for a school that should have been opened up sooner or later? And most of these people on social media, and I hope they watch this video, most of the people on social media that keep inviting Umar Johnson, which he says if you want him on your show, you got to give him $500, right? But then what about the money that black people gave him, the millions of dollars that he received? Where did that money go? Wait until I tell you something that's going to bust the whole bubble today, everybody. This is very revealing what I'm about to tell you in just a moment. This Umar Johnson, who is probably no longer certified, running around, gathering around, constantly talking about black women as if they're black women like they're ice cream flavors, pecan pie and chocolate and vanilla and all this other stuff. This man is obsessed with skin color and colorism, and he's always talking about sexual things as it relates to women. He's a real pervert. And these podcasters, as I was about to say, everybody, the only reason why they bring Umar Johnson on their show is because they know that Umar Johnson brings a lot of views, a lot of clicks, and it helps their channel to get a lot of views because he's entertaining. He's a clown. He's a minstrel show. The whole damn yard.
Tell the truth.
He's truly a minstrel show, everybody. A true minstrel show of the highest degree. I want y'all to hear the rest of this right here and wait till the other stuff that I have for you. It's going to blow you away.
I can live with that, but they should have more than one by now.
So I think the challenge is they're Adventists.
He's telling this brother that the school that's doing great work in Canada with black people should have more than one school, and Umar doesn't have a school right now. What he has, ladies and gentlemen, is abandoned buildings. I need everybody in the chat room to hit the likes on this video, share this video on all your social media immediately right now. All you gotta do is hit the share button, send it to X, send it to your Facebook, send this out because I'm gonna break a few things down. While he's jumping on this guy about how they should have more than one school, check this out again.
Why do you only have one school? My second question to you, do I have to be a Christian to go to that school?
No.
Okay. Okay. Then I can live with that, but they should have more than one by now.
How are you going to tell them what they should have, Umar, when you don't have anything but abandoned buildings that you haven't been able to get off the ground? You were spreading this news about we got the HVAC. You were spreading this news about we're painting. All you've been doing is painting. Then you get out there at midnight on what is that, New Year's Eve or whatever Eve. You get out there and you're sweeping up. No, it was on Christmas night. You're out there sweeping up glass, sweeping up shit in the middle of the night with buildings that are never going to open. There won't be an inspection that will open those buildings. And you're sitting up here talking about they got a functioning school with actual students in it. And this is what Umar's got right here, y'all.
Tell the truth.
What I want to tell you, everybody, this is what's a shame. Umar Johnson has been running this scam on black people over a decade now or more. He's had those buildings that you just see there for 5 years, has done nothing with it. He has taken a lot of money from black people. Wait until you find out in this show what the truth is. Let me let you in on a little, why he's sitting up here talking about why black people don't need reparations. He certainly has no problem with asking black people for cash apps and support, but he also has collected a lot of money that he's been using for his own personal expenditures. I'm gonna tell you why. I recently discovered a video in which a brother on this video was breaking down. He went into Delaware, found some records, deep dived into some records about Umar and how much money he actually spent. Like, a lot of us think that Umar spent some money or some type of money on these buildings. When you hear that video near the end of this video today, you're going to be blown away when you find out how much money Umar actually paid for the buildings, and it will call into question what has he done with the millions of dollars that black people gave him when you find out just how much money he actually really paid for those buildings. I'm going to show you a video clip that's going to blow you away. This man has to be canceled. Umar has to be called out on his bullshit, as he's been taking money all these years from black folks and has delivered nothing, but he spends all his time on people's podcasts talking about what's wrong with the black community, why they don't have this, why we don't have that. But yet he is a hypocrite because he doesn't even live up to the shit that he says on these podcasts while these people keep bringing him on. Let's go with the first insult, which was this one right here. Remember St. Paul's College? Everybody, we know about this one. This is the one in which Umar Johnson claimed that he was going to buy this school, which is a school that I believed had some type of relationship with Frederick Douglass when he was alive, right? Something of that nature. And then Umar made video where he was talking about he was going to buy St. Paul's College, that he was going to have the youngsters, the young men live on campus, that he was going to buy this huge campus, right? And then we find out that there was an auction, I believe, on this property, and Umar never put a bid in. He lied and said that the property was sold off and given away, that the white man stopped him. Then we find out that Umar never bidded on this. That guy from Texas, last call, right? Nagoon 11, what's up, my friend? What's going on, brother 06 to you? MZ, Kim, Bar and Bling, Cap, PY2, good to have you over here. Dominic Jones, good to have you over here. Keith Cunningham, good to have you over here. Brian Simpson, thank you for being here. I see you all coming in. We find out that Umar never put a bid on the property and he lied to everybody. Then we also find out that there was a black man who had land, his family had land, and that he was willing to give Umar land scot-free. And Umar rejected it because this is called a long con. He's not trying to build a school, excuse me. He's just simply trying to live off money because this man was kicked out of Philadelphia at one point in time when he worked for an organization. He was doing some slick stuff. This man has no real credentials. This is why you don't see Umar working a real job like this brother right here, because nobody will hire him. So he has to live off the money that you give him. He has to live off of going out and speaking. Remember, he got popular because of the what? The Hidden Colors. That's what rose him to popularity. Prior to that, didn't nobody know who no damn Umar Johnson was.
Tell the truth.
He wasn't at that kind of level. As he sets up here and he says this to this man right here.
So I think the challenge is they're Adventists, and there's a bit of bureaucracy between the channels of the Adventist like board.
Okay.
You know, so I think they're kind of dealing with that.
Now, Umar said once again they should have another school. He has nothing. And then he disrespects Black America, especially those that have lineage here. And you notice that he's Pan-African. What I notice about the people that are Pan-African that are against reparations is that the reason why they are against it because black people are delineating themselves in America from other groups of people. That's not good for people that's Pan-African. That's not good for them to get a grip off of black people. See, they make a grip. They manipulate and make a grip off of convincing you of this idea that they're going to move to, you're going to move to Africa, that you're going to move to Africa and everything's going to be better for you in the continent of Africa where they have all sorts of damn problems, which is why they got the Chinese over there building their infrastructure because they can't afford to build their own infrastructure because oftentimes in Africa, the leaders of these countries are corrupt in the continent of Africa, right? So when you have black people in America saying we're delineating ourselves, we're standing right here, 10 toes down in this soil and fighting for what's ours here. It doesn't work with the Pan-African narrative, which is about you running over somewhere else and connecting with other people who you believe are the same as you. However, who really promotes Pan-Africanism? Do the Africans in the continent of Africa push it as hard as we do here in America? No, they don't.
Tell the truth.
Black people here in America are the only ones that push these narratives. Yet, what has the African nations done for black people as they asked us to do so much for them? Hell, this whole thing of year of return, where they wanted black people to go to Ghana, and then we find out when black Americans went to Ghana, they're overcharging black Americans. They're looking at it as a way to grift off of black Americans. And so Umar and those like him, they don't want anybody to interfere with their agenda, which is the Pan-African agenda, which he's able to grift off of and make money off of, which is why he's rejecting the idea, or one of the reasons why he rejects the idea of black people getting reparations, because that interferes with his agenda as a Pan-African. But he's too dumb to realize that he could actually get money from black people if we had more money to give. He doesn't see the long game because Umar Johnson is not as smart as you think he is.
Tell the truth.
Just because he has degrees in psychology doesn't mean that he knows everything and that he should be talking about everything, that he doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. Check this one out about reparations. Very disrespectful by Umar Johnson. And let me put this up real quick. We're in the year 2025, but damn it, the year of exposure is still continuing in 2025. Remember, Cat Williams said this.
What you get? I came in this business saying I was going to expose. When I talked about Michael Jackson, when I talked about R. Kelly, they canceled me for these things because why would you talk about another black dude? Race is not where the line is drawn. It's God's side and the other side. And we don't care nothing about the other side. Period. Period. All of these big dick deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. TG Jakes, any of them. All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way. The truth is the lie.
The truth is a lie. I'm about to expose Umar Johnson on this video that will answer a lot of questions for you today. So I'm going to tell you, everybody, do not go anywhere when you get this information that I'm about to lay on you guys that I just discovered just in research just the other night. Don't go anywhere. Share the video. Let's get to the video in question that I'm very disturbed by with Umar Johnson. Here it is.
You are asking for cash. Then your reparations list ain't worth much. That's what
You hear what he's saying right there? He's saying that we're asking for cash. Umar Johnson, you damn right black Americans are asking for cash money. You're damn right. They're giving money to the Ukraine. They're giving money to Israel. Why can't we get any money for what has happened to us here, Umar? Check it out again.
You are asking for cash. Then your reparations list ain't worth much. That's what I said. Because your reparations list should put you in a position to make all the money you want on your own. What you need to pay out from info. But black people are so worried about money that we can't see the bigger picture. We also fail to recognize that reparations is not just for us living. It's for those gone and those not yet here. Come on. I ain't heard nobody talk about how much we're going to put to the side for the generations unborn yet.
Facts. Umar needs to shut up. He keeps talking about that black people are so concerned about money. Yet every time we turn around, Umar is constantly begging for money from who? Black people. This is really about Umar's super ego, his narcissism, that he feels that he's entitled to your money. And that if we're not giving him, what's happening with Umar is that he's frustrated because he's not as popular as he once was before. He's not getting the big stage as much. And black people who are now learning what a fake he is are not giving him money like they used to. And Umar can't handle it. So he lashes out in these podcasts, runs his mouth. And of course he's going on the podcast because these people on these podcasts are silly enough to give this man $500 to let him run his mouth.
Yo, what you need to pay out from info. But black people are so worried about money that we can't see the bigger picture.
Umar says that black people are worried about money. Yet he's the one that's constantly, everybody, tell me if I'm wrong or right, constantly asking for money, constantly. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel if you have not. This is the Information Man Show. Thank you. Also, you can find me on Spreaker as well. I'll be putting some fresh content on the podcast, a radio style podcast, which you can find at Information Man Speaks Podcast. Of course, you can find me on various social medias. Information Man is on Facebook. Of course, we're on Instagram at Information Man. We're on Twitter, or now X is Information Man, right? And of course, YouTube. And you can also find me on the new platform, Blue Sky, at Information Man, y'all. Let's hear Umar.
What you need to pay out from info. But black people are so worried about money that we can't see the bigger picture.
We can't see the bigger picture. You're a dummy. What the hell you think that money would do for black people who have kids and family members that they could now do things for, you dummy? And you can't see the bigger picture, Umar, which is, why has it taken you over 20 years now? Why has it taken you all this time to put this school together when you got the damn property? Woo, I can't wait to let y'all know the secret here. Let's continue.
We also fail to recognize that reparations is not just for us living. It's for those gone and those not yet here.
Come on.
I ain't heard nobody talk about how much we're going to put to the side for the generations.
You dumbass. Black people who have kids will certainly, though, that money would be handed down to the next generation, which is why it's called generational wealth. You know, it's funny how nobody worries about other people who get money. The Native Americans got money. Nobody's running around telling Native Americans what to do with their money, or Native Americans. The Japanese got money doing their internment situation in America, and you didn't have Japanese or people telling Japanese what to do with their money. Jewish people certainly get all kind of money from this country we call America, our tax dollars, and nobody's running around on social media telling them what are they doing with their money. Or do you see other Jewish people or so-called leaders, but Umar's not a leader, telling them what to do with their money? This Negro lives in his mother's closet. This Negro doesn't have a professional office. Damn it, I'm going in on him right now. This Negro has had this shit boarded up like this for how many years now? It looks nasty, unkept. He brought this property, or did he really buy it, everybody? I'm about to bust that secret today. He gets this property in a bad neighborhood. I think Honor said that this neighborhood was ranked 6th or 5th in the country in terms of drugs and violence. He picks the worst environment in Wilmington, Delaware, to put this school, and then has the nerve to talk about black people, what we gonna do with our reparations money if we were to get it, and say that we don't deserve it in this generation, but now we gotta think forward. Fool, how is the younger generation gonna get that money to go forward with? The fight still has to go on when we're gone. It still has to be going on. But we got Negroes. Only black people do this. We can always find a black person that will put down something that black people would actually benefit from. But see, he doesn't like this because this interferes in his Pan-African agenda. But he's too dumb to realize it actually is your agenda, Umar, your ability to ask black people for more money.
Unborn yet.
Facts.
And that's why I believe that this generation of blacks in America, we shouldn't get the reparations. We are too irresponsible.
Ain't ready.
We will waste it.
Yeah.
Put the reparations in a trust somewhere.
Umar Johnson is irresponsible, everybody. Listen to this buffoon. This man is the most irresponsible. Once again, what has he done about a school, everybody? Black people gave him money, and all we see him doing is having block parties, right? All we see him doing is in the gym. All we see him doing is lying about the AVACs, right? The HVAC that took forever for him to get over the last few years. What has Umar Johnson done? Here we have a man that's telling you to trust him with your child. Yet Umar doesn't even take care of his own damn children. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? Umar is a deadbeat father who can only see his kids with someone present. What is that all about, right? Umar doesn't pay his child support like he's supposed to. He doesn't spend time with his kids. You don't see Umar, I'm going to say it again, in an office. You just see him in his car all the time, or a damn hotel. You don't see any books going into that place he calls a school. You don't see anything like this, like books. You don't see any faculty that's been hired or anything. Where's the faculty, Umar? When he was on Lord Jamal's podcast, he said that he had an elder group advising him. Where are the damn elders? This man is a fraud.
Until we get a more revolutionary, more conscious group of blacks, let them decide what to do with it. We ain't there.
Yeah.
Look at all the bunny hopping and we do. What we doing with reparations?
Easter Sunday.
No. So we can blow the money.
Umar is so focused on bunny hopping, and he says so we can blow the money. No, Umar, you've been blowing black people's money for some time that they've given you at the hundreds. He has been blowing money, y'all. He has fooled you in thinking that he really, let me hold on to that secret here. Y'all got to keep watching. I'm going to lay it on you very soon. God, Umar.
I had a sister text me one day. You know what she said? Can you stop talking against reparations because I need that money to pay my bills?
Oh, man.
Now, what is wrong with a black woman saying that she needs money to pay her bills? Isn't that what money is for? Money is a currency to use to make your life better, whether it be to pay your bills. Isn't that one of the things that black people in general, not all, but some struggle in America, that because we don't have generational wealth, a lot of black women in particular are living in poverty. Even though you have black women getting more college degrees than black men in general, there are still a lot of black women that are being foreclosed on with their property or out of their home, out of their apartments and what have you. So wouldn't that make sense for her to say, hey, I need that money because that would help me with my bills? Isn't that responsible? Now, Umar says that black people would be irresponsible. Being irresponsible would be spending the money on things that are not necessary. But spending the money on your bills would make sense, because if you can get rid of your bills, you bring more wealth and money to yourself. But Umar is quite a dummy here, everybody. He's quite the dummy. Check this out. So the woman says she needs it because she would pay her bills.
Pay my bills.
Oh, man. Short-minded. Short.
That's not short. I don't know. The guy who runs this podcast is dumb as well. How is it that if you got reparations and you want to use the reparations to do what? The reparations would be something that you could save. You could buy property. It could give you stability. Let's say that sister is living in an apartment and she's got a lot of bills. Now, being able to pay those bills off would give her the financial freedom to maybe buy a house versus rent, versus have all these bills over her. They say that that sister saying that was short-sighted. No, it's not short-sighted. That makes sense. What do you all think in the chat room?
Easter Sunday.
No. So we can blow the money. I had a sister text me one day. You know what she said? Can you stop talking against reparations because I need that money to pay my bills?
Oh, man. Short-minded.
Of course you pay your bills, you dumbass, because most people pay bills forever because they can't afford to pay them off. But the influx of reparations, you would be able to pay off the bill and be what? Debt-free. Umar Johnson, who claims to be a psychologist,
Tell the truth.
is dumb. You got to laugh to keep from crying. He's dumb. And the guy who's interviewing him sounds not too smart either.
Short-minded.
Reparations is to repair, not to pay your damn weed.
You're dumb. If black people get reparations, it would allow us to repair our economic situation, dummies.
Fix my debt.
Oh, man.
Tell the truth.
Unbelievable, y'all. Unbelievable. That's Umar Johnson in all of his goofy ways. All of his goofy ways, y'all. He just doesn't get it, everybody. Let me show y'all the next video. That is going to be another video where Umar is once again hating on black people getting reparations. Again, you can't make this shit up. And this is a guy that y'all think is some great black leader. No, he's not. Check this out, y'all. Check this out.
Dictate how they use the reparations. Y'all follow what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
So he's not sweating this. He said, okay,
This how y'all want to handle this? No organization, no conversation, just a few, okay, well, let me select him because I know I own him. And let me select him. I know I own him. And y'all going to use this money just for basketball and football. You understand me?
Right.
It'll be a joke.
Right.
What's a joke, everybody, is that Umar, if I'm telling the truth, put sevens in the chat room. What's a joke is that Umar has been wasting time and money. He has not put together a school. He has no curriculum. He has no students there. No, nothing. How can he talk about other people's shortcomings when this man has a bunch of shortcomings?
A disorganized people should never go to war with an organized people.
Right.
Now, Umar sounds good right there. It does sound good that you shouldn't go to war with an organized people if you're disorganized. However, Umar Johnson is disorganized himself. He doesn't know what he's doing when it comes to putting together a school. There have been people that have tried to assist him and helping him get that building together, and he has rejected it. You know why? Because if Umar Johnson was serious about building the school, right, getting the school together, that means that if he hires real professionals, that means that Umar Johnson would have to be transparent and show the books. He would have to show you how much money he's really spending. He does not want to be transparent and show the books, everybody. Thank you, God's Little Princess. Thank you, Dominique Jones. Frederick is over here. Identity Withheld is in the house. Good to see y'all, everybody. JLT. Black Anonymous is in the house. Good to see you. RY is in the house. BZ is in the house. Alicia is in the house. Good to see everybody. Gold Fun is in the house. Mel, why can't we get Umar off of these platforms? Causing more harm. Yeah, he's causing a lot of harm and needs to be off these platforms. We got Fly C's in the house saying facts information, man, and we can start businesses with reparation money. Reparations is needed. I'll get it from my mother's side. She's FBA. Right, but check this out. Once again, like we said, these guys were laughing about how it's short-sighted for a black woman to say, hey, I need those reparations because they would allow me to pay off my bills. That is precisely what you should do to have what? Financial freedom. But Umar doesn't like the idea because the reparations movement has been linked to black people, whether it be people that are ADOS or FBA, who are now saying we are delineating ourselves. We're not looking to Africa as the continent to be the answer for us. And it doesn't fit the Pan-African ideology to see black people rejecting the idea of either going to Africa or looking at Africa as a special place outside of what we should be doing for ourselves here. And this is a man, Umar Johnson, who talks so much about who? Marcus Garvey, a Negro who went into the black community in Harlem, New York, right? And told black people to leave America and to run to Africa. And this Negro, Marcus Garvey, had never been to Africa a day of his life. Make that make sense, y'all. And Umar follows that doctrine, but has produced nothing. And then the question I have to ask you guys, as much as he is Pan-African and he speaks about Africa this and Africa that, and we're all African, why is it that Umar doesn't put as much pressure on the African diaspora to help him build the school? He mainly puts the pressure on black Americans, but you never hear him call out Africans and tell them why they're not. He doesn't call them out and say, hey, you Africans in Africa, in the continent of Africa, why y'all don't support my school? Why don't he have the same smoke? Why don't he have, I'm asking the question, why don't Umar have the same smoke? You see that damn smoke right there. Why don't he have the same smoke for the Africans as he have for black Americans? Why don't he have the same smoke? Let's continue with this nonsense.
That's foul.
There has never been a war in history where a disorganized group of people won against an organized group of people. Show me where. We can't. And reparations will be no different. On top of that, you need an infrastructure to catch the reparations, to make sure that the black dollar circulates several times before it leaves your community.
Right.
Umar Johnson constantly tells y'all to hit the Cash App. And he's taking money and he's grifting the money. He's taking the money for himself. Here's a man that's talking about how the black dollar doesn't circulate within the black community. But yet black people have given him money for 10 years, 20 years, for years now. And Umar has not shown anything with the money that black people have given him. There is nothing to show for it but some damn abandoned buildings that he has done nothing with and continues to use it as a carrot that he dingles in front of you to keep you giving him money to make you believe in the possibility that a school's gonna open. Then he comes up with lies about how he wants to open up an FDMG all over the world, in America, Africa, an FDMG in South America. The Negro hasn't even opened up an FDMG right here in America before you start talking about building something somewhere else. He's collecting money. Now remember, Umar has a propensity to lying that goes all the way back to his father. Here's his father right here. His father was in the military. There's his father to the right as an older man. Remember, the lie started with Umar believing that he was related to Frederick Douglass. And it was his own father that you see on the screen here who eventually came out and admitted, because he probably told Umar this lie when he was a child. He came out and finally admitted to Umar that, no, we're not related to what? Frederick Douglass. And as you all know, even Frederick Douglass' family came out and told Umar, Negro, stop running around and lying. Stop telling people that you are related.
Tell the truth.
Stop telling people that you're related to Frederick Douglass when you're not. This is the kind of character that we're talking about of the man called Umar. Would you put your child in a school with this kind of man who runs off at the mouth like he does?
The black dollar leaves our community in less than 24 hours. So if you accept a cash payout, all you did was serve as a middleman between the Federal Reserve and every thirsty merchant in the black community raping us financially. Because every penny you get from reparations is going to go to the Chinaman, to the Arab, to the Jew. It's going to Mercedes, it's going to Nike. And then black people say, you don't know that that's true. Yes, I do know that that's true. You know why? Because as a psychologist, the best predictor of future behavior is current behavior.
Okay, let's look at Umar's current behavior, everybody. This is why he's a piece of crap. Umar is giving his money to the same people that he just said already. When you see Umar wearing them baseball caps, wearing the Nike sneakers, we see it all the time. Umar is rocking stuff that he tells us that we shouldn't spend our money on, but he's spending money with the very man that he's telling you shouldn't spend your money with. And another thing I notice about Umar is that as he likes to talk, he says, hey, if you give black people, once again, I don't like this argument, you give black people this money, they're going to spend the money. Yeah, you're going to always have somebody that's going to manage their money foolishly. That's in every race. But what bothers me about Umar is that he never has a plan. So if you don't want to give us cash reparations, Umar, then what should it be then? Now, of course, land is almost always important. It's important for us to have land. But Umar never gives you how we should get it. It's just that it shouldn't be cash. And I find this funny from a man who's constantly saying, hit the Cash App, hit the PayPal, at FDMG, hit the Cash App. And this is the truth of economics when it comes to schools. You can't build a school with donation money in the way that Umar is getting money. You need big time $1 million donors, you idiot. But yet he talks about everybody like a dog. Now, Lord Jamal tried to school him about his father-in-law who has a school, I believe, in Brooklyn. And Umar didn't want to listen. He got huffy and puffy until I blow your chin down like a wolf. Glasses were steaming up and everything like that on that podcast with Lord Jamal. And he didn't want to listen to Lord Jamal when Lord Jamal was trying to give him some advice. I'm going to show you that video, but let's continue here.
Right. So you mean to tell me we're going to radically change our spending habits with the reparations money?
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
When you've never been responsible with your own damn money? What happened to all the stimulus checks Black America got? What we do with that for the people?
You notice that Umar constantly keeps pocket checking. He keeps asking this fun question. What are black people going to do with the money that they get from the stimulus check? What would we do with the money if we got reparations? But you know the thing that he never tells you? Umar, let's say it right now. Let's say it right now for the loudspeakers and everything, everybody.
Testing.
Ladies and gentlemen, with the loudspeaker on, this is the fundamental question I need to ask you all. And this is very simple. Umar Johnson is not transparent with Black Americans about the money that he has received. Yet he wants to tell you, what did Black people do with the stimulus check? Damn it, they paid their bills, you fool. What did Black people do with their money and how it circulates, right? That Black people wouldn't be able to manage their reparations money. But yet, Umar Johnson asked that, he dares to ask that question, but yet doesn't tell you or show you documents that show how much money he's collected over these decades, where's the money going, where is the plan, where's the business plan for the school, where's the plan for the faculty? You need teachers, you need a nurse, you need security. Where is the economic plan? Umar doesn't transparently show anybody that, but yet has the audacity to sit up here on his high horse and tell you and me, what did Black people do? What did Black people do with their stimulus money? You see the hypocrisy of
what Umar Johnson is saying, everybody?
You see the hypocrisy and what he's doing?
Tell the truth.
Let's continue. If you agree with my premise, put 7s in the chat room.
What about our tax returns? What do we do with that for the people? What have we done since Dr. King's murder 55 years ago? Fine.
He's asking about what have Black people done with their tax returns, but yet he has not shown Black people what he has done with the money that they've given him. What a hypocrite.
Financially and collectively to transform our reality. Nothing at all. And that's why I've said I do not believe that the current
Black Anonymous has said this, ladies and gentlemen. It isn't just Black Americans. He's grifting. He's scammed Black people. Yeah, I actually mean that, Black Anonymous, that he's been scamming Black people in general, whether they are Black American, whether they're Black people that come from the Caribbean or Africa. That's my whole point. He has the nerve to say to you and me, what have Black people done with the stimulus money? Yet we don't know what he's done with the so-called with the money that Black people have given him. And he has done nothing with these damn buildings that you see right here. Something doesn't make sense, Black Anonymous. Y'all tell me if this makes sense, because it doesn't make any sense, y'all.
Generation of African people should be responsible for the dissemination or discussion over reparations, because we haven't done anything worthwhile that will entitle us to that type of
Who is Umar Johnson to say what Black people that are living today are entitled to? You got different generations. You got Generation X. You got the baby boomers. You got the Z. You got the millennials. Excuse me. But I'm going to ask this question of all of you in the chat room right now. Who is Umar Johnson to tell us what we are entitled to? He don't speak for Black America, although he thinks he does, and that's bullshit.
Tell the truth.
He don't speak for Black America. He thinks he's the king of Black America. He thinks he's the foremost authority on Black America. He's a bum who lives in his mama's house when he's cold outside and lives in a damn, closet, has no office, like this brother here, I'm going to say it again, basically lives out of his car in hotels and pretty much makes his living going on podcasts for $500 a pop. He's not making any living off of being a psychologist, even though he'll claim he's the greatest if he's the greatest psychology in the world, he should have a professional office and staff.
Responsibility, right?
Woo, man, I'm telling you, this guy is something else. Now, he's begging and begging, and let me show you this about him. He tells you all this stuff about what Black people should be doing with their money, but he's a cyber bum. He's a cyber beggar. Look at Umar
Before
Johnson
I continue
right here.
with my message, thank you, Sister Avanti, $10 coming on the Cash App. Thank you, sister. Next time, make it 20, but thank you for that 10. I know you barely.
Boom. He is receiving $10 from a woman, a sister as he calls her, and that might have been the last $10 that she had. That might have been all that she had. And yet he says, next time, make it 20. That would be better. At the same time, he contradicts himself by saying that black people should not receive reparations, but he's too dumb to realize if black people receive reparations, maybe the sister could give him 20 instead of 10. You see what I'm saying? If she had more wealth. He's so stupid. Umar Johnson is dumb. Listen to this again.
Before I continue with my message, thank you, Sister Avanti, $10 coming on the Cash App. Thank you, sister. Next time, make it 20, but thank you for that 10. I know you barely had that. Thank you, sister.
This man is crazy.
Before I continue this message.
Right. Exactly. He's a internet panhandler. Queen, what's going on? Didn't he say we need reparations? Now he's switching up. Right. He's doing whatever is convenient. You see what this is all about? Let's play the rest of this.
Donations.
So all of you in the chat room remember this, how Umar was bragging about all these donations that he got. And then after he shows you the donations, he's going to say, these are gifts, gifts, gifts. Check it out.
Donations. Donations. Donations.
Thank you.
Donations. Gifts.
Gifts. Gifts. Gifts. I'm preacher Umar Johnson. I want to thank you, congregation, for all the gifts. The gifts. Jack-a-leg preachers.
More gifts. More gifts.
He's really emphasizing now, everybody. Let's this guy, man, I tell you, man. Ladies and gentlemen, I tell you that Umar Johnson is quite a character. I got another one for you. Let's go for this one right here. Umar Johnson is now hear him roar, everybody. Hear Umar Johnson basically cyber. I call him a cyber bum. Watch him cyber beg. Hit the Cash App. Hit the.
Make sure y'all donate to help us raise the money so we can get the building completely restored. The building that's right behind me. This is the Honorable Marcus Garvey building. Get your donations in. Get on your Cash App. $FDMG School. Get on your Cash.
I want to stop it right there. I will bring that back. I just want to make a point right here. He kept saying, get on your Cash App so that we can restore the building or fix the building up, right? I'm not saying that right. When he did this video that I'm playing for you, this video is an old video. Look at his hair. His hair is not all like it is now. This is an old video where he's telling people we're going to restore it. He's done nothing with this building, y'all. He's done nothing.
Make sure y'all donate to help us raise the money so we can get the building completely restored. The building that's right behind me. This is the Honorable Marcus Garvey building. Get your donations in. Get on your Cash App. $FDMG School. Get on your Cash App. $FDMG School.
You see, he's been begging like this to black people for about over a decade now. Since he purchased those buildings for the last 5 years, and now we're already in 2025. Umar has done absolutely nothing with the money that he has received from black people. Not just black Americans, but black people across the board, right? But I am going to say this, and I have to emphasize this, Black Anonymous. You don't hear him put a lot of pressure on Africans, on Africa, in terms of supporting the school. It's always, that's why I said black Americans, because he always emphasizes to us that we need to pay for the damn school. And there have been plenty of black people who have given him money. I have donated money personally to Umar Johnson when I thought that he was up and up. But we know that he's not up and up. He's down and down.
Tell the truth.
Continue.
Get on your PayPal. PayPal.me/FDMG Academy. PayPal.me/FDMG Academy. You could donate on PayPal now, and you could donate on the Cash App. You could donate on PayPal now, and you could donate on the Cash App. And you can still mail in your donations to the FDMG Academy. P.O. Box 9634, Wilmington, Delaware. P.O. Box 9634, Wilmington, Delaware, 19809. Help us out, brothers and sisters. We do not have enough money to cover the HVAC.
Boom. Everybody, y'all know this is an old video. He's talking about the HVAC. He says we don't have the money to cover the HVAC. Remember, he kept saying he didn't have the money. Then he got the money that y'all gave him. And then everybody kept saying, hey, where's the HVAC? Then he did a video where he was saying, don't worry, everybody, the HVAC is coming. He's been lying to black folks from start to finish now. The man's been lying. Because this place is not, that school don't look like this. You don't see no school cheers for the kids. You don't see no books in there like that. You don't see nothing going on in that place called FDMG. It's coming. FMG. It's coming. You don't see no library, no books, no nothing, no supplies, no faculty, no nothing going on with Umar.
We do not have enough money to cover the electric. We do not have enough money to cover the plumbing. We do not have enough money to cover...
Now remember, he says, we don't have money to cover the plumbing. We don't have money to cover electric. Remember, Umar was offered opportunities, everybody. He was offered opportunities. You had black men who were willing to fix the roof for him. There were black men who have volunteered to do he's had people who have volunteered to do things for him. For some reason, the school ain't working. Then he'll turn around and say, oh, I need to get some Mexican contractors or some white contractors because dealing with black folks. No, he's not honest. He's a liar.
The sprinkler system, the fire alarm. We do not have enough money to cover the security system. We need your help. So please donate. Don't do 10, do 20, don't do 50, do 100, don't do 100, do 200. We need your help. Yes, it is tax deductible. We are not-for-profit corporation, totally tax deductible. You can claim it on your taxes. Yes, it is. Again, paypal.me/FDMG Academy, paypal.me/FDMG Academy, or cash.me/$FDMG School, cash.me/$.
Everybody, this man is something else. Do me the biggest favor, everybody, and subscribe to the channel if you have not. We definitely appreciate it. If you could go ahead and do that, hit the bell notification, all those good things. I definitely would appreciate it. And I want to say thank you, everybody. Let's get back to another video here. And man, this guy is something else. Quite a liar. He's quite a manipulator, everybody. Quite a manipulator, quite a liar, plays a lot of games. But here we go with another video to let you see more of Umar Johnson's effery and the way he goes about doing what he does to lying to black people and what have you. So let's go in here and show you another video where he's begging, he's cyber begging for money. Here is where he's bragging about, hey, if you want to be with the prince, ladies, give me 500. Listen to this stuff. He really, I don't know how we've allowed this guy to get this far in his scam. Check this out. This is embarrassing, y'all.
One-on-one private lunch with Dr. Umar, $500 donation to FDMG, $500 donation to FDMG, $500 donation to FDMG, and you get your private lunch with Dr.
Now, yes, I do remember when he lashed out at Lord Jamal, and I'm going to show you a video of Lord Jamal calling him out. So I'm glad you brought that up. But here he is talking about $500 for ladies that are willing to give this Negro $500 to have a dinner with him. He's really a narcissist. He's really has a super ego. Umar Johnson really believes he's bigger than what he is. And I got to be honest, his biggest following are women in general and men as well, black men, but mainly women. And I want sisters to wake up. I'm going to play you a video of a black woman who has woken up and she's called this man out. But let's continue with Umar's
donation to FDMG, $500 donation to FDMG, and you get your private lunch with Dr. Umar. I pay for the lunch. We've already had our first date with the doctor. It's always confidential. Nobody ever knows who the queen.
Why is Umar Johnson focused on trying to have a date with black women that give him $500? What is this all about? If you are a true professional, Umar, then it should be about the business of black young men in a school, man. Not this whole thing about you get a date like he's on a damn dating show or something. This is crazy. This is crazy. Shouldn't it be about this abandoned building that you haven't gotten open up while you talk about dreams of moving this whole thing around? This whole thing is crazy, y'all.
It's always confidential. Nobody ever knows where the queens are. We had our first queen luncheon. We got another luncheon next week. Date with the doctor. $500 donation to FDMG gets you to date with the doctor. Hit the Cash App. $FDMG
You see that?
School. Hit the Cash App.
Hit the Cash App.
$FDMG School. Hit the Cash App.
Tells black people that we don't deserve reparations in this generation or this time and period, but he has no problem. You're gonna say that black people don't need reparations in this particular time period, that this set of black people today, that we don't deserve no reparations, but you've got no problem, Umar, constantly asking for someone to hit the Cash App like this.
$FDMG School. Hit the Cash App. $FDMG School. Hit the Cash App. $FDMG School. Hit the PayPal. PayPal.me/FDMG account.
You see the hypocrisy here? Thank you for the super chat. I really appreciate that too. Thank you.
Thank you for the super chat.
Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that. $10 super chat. You said keep up the good work, and I appreciate that. What's going on, Express Goddess? I see you did a little bit of a nice little style haircut. I like that. We got Embrace the Villain that says, hey, ladies, I think you are queens. Hit the hit the Cash App. That's what he's been doing. That's what he's been doing. He's been demanding everybody to hit that Cash App. Hit that Cash App. That's what he does. Thank you for that super chat and everything like that. I really appreciate that. I really do. Let me go ahead and throw this in here real quick.
Thank you for the super chat.
Time to run it up. I wake up. Yeah. I wake up. Flex. Thumb down now. Check. No drip this. Wet. Time to run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Time to run it up. I wake up. Flex. Thumb down now. Check. No drip this. Wet. Time to run it up. No sleep, no rest.
All right, thank you. Empress Goddess is coming in with a new look and everything. We got my man Jonathan Kidd in the house. I appreciate everybody that's here. $10 from Avery. Keep up the good work, sir. Thank you very much. But check this out. Don't go anywhere because I got some very revealing news about Umar that it's going to definitely blow you guys all away. Let me continue to play this.
Academy. Hit the PayPal. PayPal.me/FDMG Academy. Hit the PayPal.
See?
PayPal.me/FDMG Academy. No, we meet for lunch. The queen will choose her restaurant in Philadelphia. She will choose her restaurant in Delaware. It's her choice.
Oh my God.
She could choose a restaurant in Philly. She could choose a restaurant in Delaware. She could choose a restaurant in South Jersey, but it has to be in my area. Now, if I'm in your area, if you catch me when I'm in Omaha, if you catch me.
This whole thing is crazy, everybody. Umar Johnson is a complete mess, a complete con man. Let me let you play. You know, we had the whole situation between Fat Joe, what he said in the barbershop at Math's, Huffa. I think the last name is not Huff. I kept saying Huff last week, but it's really Math Huffa. Math Huffa had Fat Joe at that barbershop and let him run off at the mouth. And then Umar Johnson got involved and had the nerve to say, let's have a meeting where we can bring all the people from the hip hop community and I'll narrate it. The only reason why Umar Johnson is putting his nose in this business that it doesn't belong in, because he's hoping that it's going to help him advertise and promote his school, and that he hopes that he can get a donation of big money from these rappers. This is the only reason why he's doing this. He wants to use this to clout chase off of the idea of saying, hey, I'm the man that brought all these rappers together who have this beef between the Puerto Ricans and the blacks over who created hip hop. Umar Johnson wants to act like he's a mediator because he wants to bring attention to himself and hope that he can get a bag out of it. This is what this is all about. I want to show you what I'm talking about, how he's talking and how this man will stop at he'll stop at nothing to bring attention solely to himself. And I mean solely to himself. Check this out. Check this out, everybody.
Pop is an American African creation with Latino African contribution. I could be wrong on that. In fairness to the Latino African family,
you are wrong.
In fairness to the American African family, there needs to be a public discussion, a town hall meeting on this issue, because I don't want this to turn left.
Nobody asked for you to put your 2 cents in it, Umar. RY, thank you for the super chat. She says, I'm glad that Information Man is not in his bed on the live screaming. Hit the Cash App. Thanks for keeping it professional here. Always, always. It's what we do here on the Information Man Show, professional show. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I don't spend a lot of time. I don't spend a lot of time trying to hustle people out of money on YouTube. If you give me a donation, whatever, I appreciate it. But I'm not one of these people on YouTube that I live off of YouTube. You see what I'm saying? There's a lot of these people on YouTube who they literally live off this money because I got a professional job. I got a professional career. So anything I get, I appreciate it. I put it back into the show. Okay. But this is the thing. You hear Umar. This is what Umar does. Umar likes to Africanize everything. I don't even know if that's a real word, what I'm saying. So now he says, now Latinos are African. Interesting. Everything, because I know he's Pan-African, so he wants to make everybody African, right? No, Latinos are not African. They're not from Africa. They're not African. We know that Africa is a continent, not a country. But he wants to Africanize African everybody. Sir, this ain't about Africa. This beef or this situation is in America. It's about Black Americans who are foundational here in the situation as it relates over hip hop and who created it. It has not a damn thing to do with the continent of Africa or Africa at all. So why are you trying to Africanize every damn thing, Umar? And I know he's a Pan-African, so that's what he does, but it's weird.
The Latino African family, in fairness to the American African family, there needs to be a public discussion.
No, Umar, you need to take the money that Black people gave you and get this damn school off the ground. Get the books in there. Get the damn faculty higher, the security higher. Get those buildings inspected. Do something. Not sit up here getting yourself involved in a subject matter that has nothing to do with you.
A town hall meeting on this issue, because I don't want this to turn left. I don't want it to turn right. And I don't want the white American power structure to manipulate American.
Boom. I'm going to stop it right there. This is where Umar goes with this white power structure crap. I don't want to hear
Africans against Latino.
No. White people don't have anything to do with this beef or situation between Puerto Ricans and Black people and who created hip hop. This happened because Fat Joe opened his mouth and said some greasy shit. And we've had people like KRS-One say some stuff, Busta Rhyme. This is an in-house, internal beef or internal disagreement amongst Blacks and those that are Puerto Rican and those Black people who come from the Caribbean, like the Busta Rhymes of the world, who have said some greasy things. Or like I told y'all about my man right here. Well, he ain't my man, but Qualid has done nothing to call out Fat Joe. This has nothing to do with white people. See, Umar Johnson answer to everything is that, well, white people didn't know. This particular beef and issue has nothing to do with white folks at all, Umar. We don't need you involving yourself in this situation and trying to African every damn thing. Oh, my Latino Africans, my Black American. No, not everybody is African. Being African is more than your skin color. It's also culture and what you do. And Black Americans in America, we practice American culture, Black American culture. We're not practicing African culture here. Our ancestors came from there, but we're far removed from the culture of Africa. Hell, if most of us were to go over there, they would look at us as if we're not African any damn way. Once we open up our mouth and show that we're American, they'll see us as different anyway. Just like they treated Black people different when they went to Ghana, the year of return, and then we find out that they're overcharging Black people, overcharging us for goods and services that they would not charge other Africans. Because why? Because Americans, they saw it as a grift. Get Black people to come to Africa and grift off of us. Yet I want to know, what have the Africans done for Black Americans, especially when they come here? I want that answer from somebody in the chat room very soon. Let's continue. And I'm going to go to something else that's going to surprise you.
Africans. So what needs to happen? All the mothers and fathers of hip hop, everyone who believes that they are a mother or father of hip hop, everyone who claims to have been there at the foundation of hip hop need to be on a panel. I am volunteering.
No.
Dr. Umar Ifatunde, the most...
No, we don't need you involved. You bring nothing to the table, Umar.
...relevant voice in the Black...
No, you're not a relevant voice in the Black community. You are a voice in the Black community that simply grips off of Black people and have been lying to us. Thank you, Cap PY2, for that super chat saying salute, bringing more shine on Umar scamming. Thank you, my brother. Clap to you. Veteran, my man... Cap PY2 is a veteran of the military. He's a good brother. Definitely show him love in the chat room. Thank you, Vet Mail. Thank you. Vince Williams, thank you for being here. Jay, thank you for being here. Northern Dam, thank you for being here. And let's continue, everybody.
At the foundation of hip hop need to be on a panel. I am volunteering. Dr. Umar Ifatunde, the most relevant voice in the Black African world, not just in America, but the entire planet.
Did you just hear what he just said? Umar Johnson just told you and me that he is the most relevant voice. He's the most relevant voice, not only in Black America, but the whole world. Are you? Are you kidding me? How can Umar be the most relevant voice, not only in Black America, but America? By what standards is Umar the most relevant voice in Black America? By what standards, everybody? What standard? Because I would like to know, when did this happen? How did this happen? Who deemed him the most relevant voice in Black America? This man is a cyber bum. This man can't get buildings that he purchased, or we think he purchased. Wait till I tell you the secret on that one. He can't get this off the ground, yet he's claiming he's the most relevant voice in the Black community. It just makes me angry. Tell the truth.
Tell the truth.
Damn. If y'all liking the broadcast, make sure y'all hit the likes button. Make sure you share this in your social media. Tell people about the channel. Share, share, share. Everybody needs to hear about this, especially the more stuff I'm going to put out. Let's hear some more. This is nonsense.
I am volunteering to facilitate this conversation. There needs to be a conversation. There needs to be clarity. Too many people are not speaking up who know the truth because they don't want to offend people. Whether you don't want to offend the American Africans, whether you don't want to offend the Latino Africans.
Here he goes with everybody's African. This is interesting to me, y'all. Very interesting. Everybody's African. Now, don't get me wrong, because I know somebody's going to leave a message on this video. I understand that all life started in the continent of Africa. So I'm not blind to that. I'm not ignorant to that. I understand that all life started in Africa. I just find it interesting how he tries to Africanize everybody, but then on the other side, he'll say that person's not an African, right? Now he'll say Latinos are African, but then he'll say at the same time, this should be for black folks. When he was talking earlier about why black people shouldn't get reparations and what we're doing in the black community, why don't he include the Latinos, Africans with us? You notice he didn't do that. He just focused on black people. See, that shows you how Umar flips these words around and none of it really means anything. He's just talking because he's trying to appeal to the Puerto Ricans in New York because he wants to be on everybody's good side. He wants to play it down the middle, hoping that they're going to call him to mediate the discussion. And Lord Jamal already called for everybody to come together and nobody answered the bell, okay? When Lord Jamal challenged a lot of these people, nobody, what I would call, answered the bell when Lord Jamal called them out. Let's go here.
We need truth. So I'm saying today on Thursday,
oh God,
December 26th, day one of Kwanzaa, the principle is umoja. Let us organize, let us unite. We need unity. Now, I do want to say this. Being the creator of something isn't the same as being a contributor.
We already know that.
Dr. Umar Ifa Tunde is a serious contributor to the history and legacy of Pan-Africanism. I did not create Pan-Africanism. I am a serious contributor to the legacy of black psychology, but I am not one of the...
No, he's not. Umar Johnson is not a serious contributor to black psychology. What books have Umar written that have been peer reviewed? How many books has he written? What universities and schools has he taught at? What scholars within the psychology community recognize Umar? Umar is not even certified anymore in psychology, y'all. The one job he had in it, he got kicked out. Umar is a liar, and I'm going to move on to something else. Umar is a liar.
Black psychology. I am a serious contributor to the history and culture of black oration and oratory and public speaking.
No, you're not. You were a one-hit wonder. You got hot off of Hidden Colors. You start going around, having speaking engagements, and then when you start collecting money for this so-called school and lying to people, black people peeled away from you. The only reason why people are talking to you on social media and giving you $500 is because they're getting a lot of views and clicks off of having you on their podcast. They know that you're a scammer, and then some of them don't know. Some of them don't know your history, but a lot of us know your history, Umar.
But I am not one of the founding mothers or fathers of black oratory.
You're not a father or a founder or any damn thing, Umar. You don't even take care of your own damn kids. Yet you keep talking about you gonna save black kids. Get the hell out of here with this. Let me let y'all hear this one right here. This is crazy, y'all. Let me let y'all hear this one. This one right here takes the cake. This brother right here has a channel. I think he has sort of like a Christian religious channel. And check out how Umar talks about the black church. Now, does the black church have problems? Yes. But Umar is such a hypocrite. He's got no business talking about nobody's situation or the black church itself. What I think this brother is going to say to you guys, that he's going to convey to you all, is that maybe Umar is just unhappy that the black church is not giving him their money for his so-called abandoned buildings. Check it out.
Walmart and every place else we shop is at least you get something for your money. What do you get back from the black church when you invest? We give the black church $3 million every Sunday collectively in this country. Show me a black church with a supermarket.
Okay, real quick. Is that now? Umar Johnson has a big problem about the fact that black churches, he calls it, receives donations, contributions, and such of that nature. I think it's very interesting. Umar Johnson has, and we'll talk about his school in a moment. He spent a lot of time better than a decade trying to get a school started with no staff, no students, and no support or backing whatsoever. So you must realize that part of his issue with the church is that they're probably not supporting his ideas. They're probably not.
Tell the truth.
What he just said, ladies and gentlemen, is the facts. They're not happy. He's not happy. He's criticizing the church. Now, I'm going to say it again. Does the church have problems like everything in society? Yes. Do you have jack-o'-leg preachers who rip people off? I mean, that's what Umar Johnson is. He's a jack-o'-leg preacher. Do we have preachers who lie and cheat and do things with people in the congregation, such as the female part of that congregation? Do we have that? Yes. Does the church take in a lot of money? And one can make an argument, hey, what are they doing with the money? Yeah, we can all say that, right? Black Anonymous says, what has everyone gotten back for donating to his potential school? Nothing. So when, yeah, exactly, Black Anonymous, when Umar says that church would have black people gotten from the church, he's got two fingers pointed at himself, because we can ask the bigger question, Umar, come on now, man. What have we've gotten from you in your school? What have we gotten? The building table, $5, thinks that I am one of the few, if not only, content creators who questioning his code of ethics when it comes to mental health care. Thank you. I work in mental health as a mental health therapist. Thank you for the super chat.
Thank you for the super chat.
Let me go ahead and do this for that super chat that you just sent us. Let me go ahead and go ahead and do this and do this for you right here. Check this out.
Thank you for the super chat.
Information is power.
Thank you for the super chat.
Tell the truth.
Hey, I want to do something real quick. I want to thank Fila World coming in the house. I want to thank Dominic Jones is in the house. Mel that's here. American King for Life. Thank you for being here. Saying Umar was fired and never worked again. Right. Remember, he was part of an organization. I think Honors talked about it in Philadelphia. He was what? Allegedly, I got to use the word alleged for legal purposes, but it was alleged that Umar Johnson was misdiagnosing children. The so-called top black psychologist in the world, it was alleged that he was misdiagnosing and that he was trying to take over he was trying to be the man, and he could not wait his turn for the elders to eventually move him up the ladder to be the top dog, and they got rid of him. They fired him. He had to walk out with a hand in boxes and all that kind of shit. And he hasn't worked since. And this is why he's been using, in my opinion, allegedly, I believe that he's been using the school scam to make money because he has no other way of supporting himself, which is why he came up with the idea that I'll be on your podcast for $500. Because why? Umar Johnson is not getting the speaking engagements that he did in the past. Y'all got to remember that. He's not getting the same talking engagements as he did in the past, everybody. That's what's really happening here. Let's go back to this right now and hear some more.
Probably not supporting his ideas. They're probably not supporting what he wants them to do. And in a moment, he's going to say what churches should be doing if they bring in a certain amount of money.
This is very important, what this brother is saying, that Umar has a problem with the church. His real underlying problem with the church is that they're not giving him a big donation for his Obando buildings. That's what it really boils down to, because if they were, would Umar have so much to say about the church if they were flooding him with tons of money and showering him with fame? Again, let's hear this again.
He spent a lot of time, better than a decade, trying to get a school started with no staff, no students, and no support or backing whatsoever. So you must realize that part of his issue with the church is that they're probably not supporting his ideas. They're probably not supporting what he wants them to do. And in a moment, he's going to say what churches should be doing if they bring in a certain amount of money. This is what they need to be doing. Watch this.
All right, what's going on, everybody? Mel, thank you for being here. Embrace the Villain says the white man is I can't open up. Yeah, he has made that type of statement in the past that it would be the white man that would keep him from being able to open up the school. That's all BS. It's Umar Johnson who is the impediment for why the school's not open. He's the one, because this has been a long, as Honors always says on his channel, this is a long con. Thank you, those that are coming in. McPherson, thank you for coming over and checking out the program today. Sunshine Time, thank you for coming over. Dominique Jones. Jay says that Umar King's slow sky, he will never get it. He only believes his own lies. Vince Williams says facts. Clinton has the little smiley face with the hands up. Dominic Jones says that child support he owes. Yeah, he owes child support. And a lot of people don't realize that Umar Johnson is deep in with child support, and he does not really take care of his kids. He's not physically with them. He has, think about it. You've never seen Umar Johnson go to an apartment, right? You never see him in an office like this brother right here working hard at an office preparing. You don't see that. You often see him in renter cars, talking in the renter cars, asking for cash donations. You don't see Umar really doing anything tangible with the money that he's been given. And I'm going to tell you, stay tuned. You're going to find out, where did that money really go? Or what did he really spend on the so-called school that he wanted to open up, which there is no school. There's just abandoned buildings. And when you find out what did he really pay for the buildings, it's going to blow you away. We got some receipts on some things today, y'all. You'll see very soon. Let's continue.
For the people. Show me a black church with a bank for the people. Show me a black church with a manufacturing and distribution network to hire our men and women. Show me a black church with a black school that
Umar, show us the school. Umar, there's the money that you've been taking from black people. Can you please show us the school? Can you please open the school that black people have been waiting on? Where is it at?
Children who are not Christian or Muslim or Hebrew can go to.
But is that the responsibility of the church, though?
It was.
That's a great question, my guy. That's the question on the table. That's it. And I think, I don't know the faith systems of the hosts for Hardly Initiated, but that is a dope question. Let me back it up just a little smidgen, because I want to hear that again. Right there. Let's go.
That children who are not Christian or Muslim or Hebrew can go to.
But is that the responsibility of the church, though?
It was historically. Why did it change?
No, it wasn't. No. This is one of the things. Umar Johnson thinks in a collective mindset. Education of children is primarily the responsibility of the family. The church did, in fact, help a lot with education because, of course, reading the scriptures. But the primary goal, the primary educators were the family.
Hey, what's going on, T. Riggins B2? Thank you, saying salute and much love to you. I appreciate you all coming over and embracing the program today. We got to embrace the villainous. What school? There is, yeah, exactly, brother. I give you a clap on that. What school? What school? What school? We know that this is an example of a school. That's an example of a school, right? That's an example of a school. Black people have given this man plenty of money, every dime, nickel that we have. And this is what we got to show for it, which he's done nothing with. That's why I keep showing this. This is foolishness by Umar. Let's continue, because I got some more stuff to get to before we conclude today. I got some more explosive stuff for you.
Family, the mother and father. And then we talk about all these other things, financial literacy, mom and dad, all of that would have come from the family. Of course, the community and of course the church will contribute, but the primary, the main issue, the main ones is the family.
Family is right. Now, everybody listening, do you get what the brother is saying? That yes, the church did educate to a certain degree, but mainly to indoctrinate you with the scriptures, right? But the most important element of a community is the family. The family is where you learned everything first. So in that aspect, the brother is correct in what he's saying. But Umar, once again, he made a good point. Umar is only angry because these churches have not given him a donation. So he has this problem. Let's go to this one right here. I want to show you all something else very explosive, because Umar doesn't really want to, how should I say, he really doesn't. I said this earlier in the show that you don't see Umar calling out the Africans in the continent of Africa about, hey, why haven't you all donated to my school here in America, right? You don't see him doing that, but you see him putting a lot of pressure and finger pointing on Black Americans. And this, what you're about to see from my man Pharaoh Says That, check out his channel. I'm over there all the time listening to some of his wisdom. Pharaoh Says That's going to break some things down. He's going to touch on the immigrant situation, but he's going to get into Umar's ass on this issue that I just brought up about Africa and then the Black American. So let's go ahead and hear this right now. And check this out, y'all.
This is just really irritating because
Pharaoh Says That.
Black Americans, we've got nothing from Black immigrants. Black immigrants have brought nothing to the table. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I wasted a lot of energy with the whole diaspora thing. I would never teach my kids none of that because we was pushing something that was a waste of time. And as Black Americans, the biggest problem that you have when you're a Pan-African or you on that diaspora is that Pan-Africanism and diasporism, it ain't gonna do nothing for you because your survival is based off of the land you live on and the laws of the land you live on. So us being in the United States of America, our whole existence and survival is based on America. Africa ain't got shit to do with what we're going through.
Do y'all hear what he's basically saying? I think a lot of what Pharaoh Says That is saying is based in some facts. We're on this soil dealing with these issues here. Nobody in Africa is going to come save us from our situation here. And running, and no matter where you run, you can run, but you can never hide because Africa is being colonized as we speak right now by Chinese and other groups that are coming over there trying to get the bag. And you have inter-tribal or inter-warfare between those that live in Africa that are African who don't get along with certain people that are of a different tribal connection. Let's continue.
Live on and the laws of the land you live on. So us being in the United States of America, our whole existence and survival is based on America.
Based on America. Everybody, if the mods can do me a favor, drop the link to the Info Media Reacts channel because I'm going to be firing that channel back up very soon. And I want people that are here today to make sure you go over to that other channel. You can scroll down on my page and you'll see the reaction channel and just subscribe and hit the bell notification. Let's continue with what Pharaoh Says That is saying.
Live on and the laws of the land you live on. So us being in the United States of America, our whole existence and survival is based on America. Africa ain't got shit to do with what we're going through. The Caribbean ain't got shit to do with it. You can talk about Pan-Africanism all you want. Like Dr. Umar's fraudulent ass. He constantly talking Pan-Africanism, but he ain't raised no Pan-African money. He raised all his money from Black Americans. He fraudulently taking money from school in America.
Did y'all hear that? Did you hear what Pharaoh Says That said? He said Umar has been taking money. He ain't raising no Pan-African money. He raising Black American money. Come to school, come to class, y'all. Come to school, come to class, y'all. Woo, he really go, woo, Lord have mercy. Go on, Pharaoh.
All you want. Like Dr. Umar's fraudulent ass. He constantly talking Pan-Africanism, but he ain't raised no Pan-African money. He raised all his money from black Americans. He fraudulently taking money for a school in America. Why he ain't build no school in Africa? You see what I'm saying? So he want to talk all this shit, this global, but then want to beg us for money.
Facts.
Tell the truth.
Facts. Do you understand that what he said is based in facts? Hit the sevens if you're feeling what Pharaoh says that is saying. He's out of Chicago. The brother, he's got a lot of wisdom. I listen to him. He comes on late night. He be on late night talking and preaching it up. I love what he does. And I think one night I was over there and he told people to subscribe to my channel. He kind of gave me some definitely some props because people in the chat room were saying they knew who I was. And I appreciate you, Pharaoh says that, but he is on fire here.
School in Africa. You see what I'm saying?
What's going on, Mike B? I see you, Mike B. I see you, Peggy Roster.
Beg us for money.
Mike B, my man Mike B and Peggy.
And school in Africa.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So he want to talk all this shit, this global, but then want to beg us for money.
Mm-hmm. Basically, Umar wants to talk this shit about black Americans not being able to handle reparations, that what the black church has done with the money, right? I get that. The black church has its problems. Umar's got all these negative things to say about black America while he begs black America for, and I told y'all before, he begs black America for cash apps like this.
One-on-one, private lunch with Dr. Umar, $500 donation to FDMG. $500 donation to FDMG. $500 donation to FDMG, and you get your private lunch with Dr. Umar. I pay for the lunch. We already had our...
And then Umar says things like this.
Confidential, nobody ever knows where the queens are. We had our $ FDMG school. Hit the Cash App. $ FDMG school. Hit the Cash App.
He's been doing that for years now. Umar's been doing that for years now. He's been doing that since I didn't have gray hair in my beard or my hair, y'all. Crazy stuff, right? Since I was a young man. So Umar has been doing this and doing this crap for a long time, begging black people, demanding us to give him money while talking crap about black society, but never says anything about, since he's a Pan-African, why don't you tell those in Africa why they not donating to your cause, Umar, since you Pan-African and everybody's African? I'm just saying. Let's get back to it.
$ FDMG school.
Boom. Let's get back to my man Pharaoh says that, and let him break it down a little bit more for y'all.
School in Africa. You see what I'm saying? So he want to talk all this shit, this global, but then want to beg us for money. And so Africans ain't did nothing for us.
Stop it right there. We've got Alien Leveling in the house saying Information Man raising up the Fairmonts on the scammer. Hey, thank you for coming on over.
Thank you for the super chat.
And let me do this for you right here. Thank you very much. And here we go.
Crash my but first I tell them run it. 9 out of 10 roll through my hands, I'm by my lonely. Turn to a savage, now my baby wants to hold me. I love my fans, don't need no friends, I got my homies. Thought I could trust you, I find out you tried to zone me. I'm number one up on that court, I'm Nick McGrady. The first one in, the last one out, can't call me lazy. Put in my hours, send the invoice and they pay me. I need 6 rings like MJ and Tom Brady.
All right. Let's get back to it right now so we can move on to the next clip as we get close to conclusion. I appreciate everybody that's here today, that's rocking with us today on the Information Man Show. The mods that are in the chat room, thank you all for being here, supporting the channel today. Make sure you let everybody know to go over to the Info Media Reacts channel, subscribe to that channel. If you don't know where it is, all you got to do is scroll down on my main page, and you'll see where I have both my channels, the Info Media Reacts channel and also my Prime Sports Media channel. It's all right down to below. Make sure you check those channels out, or check out really that Info Media Reacts channel. Thank you, everybody. Let's continue.
Look, people say you hating on the immigrants. Let's talk about the immigrants. What kind of immigrants we got?
Okay,
We
check
got
this out, y'all.
Arabs, right? We got Indians. We got Chinese.
Tell the truth.
We got Africans, and we got Caribbeans, right?
Tell the truth.
Who in our neighborhood taking all our money? The Chinese and the Arabs. The goddamn Africans and Caribbeans was so weak, they couldn't even do no type of economics in our community. Our money ain't even going to the black diaspora. Our money going to Islamic countries and China
Wow.
and Korea.
Wow.
The Koreans came in and had swap meets and stuff. Look, just look at it.
Wow. Make sure y'all check out. Make sure y'all check out Pharaoh Says That, his channel, what he's doing over there. He was breaking some things down, and I appreciate him breaking those things down. And here's the one that y'all been waiting for. I was telling you about Lord Jamal. So let's go ahead and hear what Lord Jamal was saying about Umar. Remember, someone said earlier in the chat room that Umar went on his podcast. Lord Jamal tried to give him some pointers on some things because he has a father-in-law who has a school in Brooklyn, and Umar wasn't wanting to hear him. And Umar was still talking about this, and Lord Jamal was tired of hearing Umar talking about this in the back, talking about this still. So he had to call him out, and he got real nasty about Umar. And y'all want to hear it? Here it goes.
I forget how long ago it is. Maybe somebody can tell me right now. I don't want to click off and check my shit and see. But the shit, it was at least half a year ago. You know what I mean?
A year ago.
Yeah,
Still
it
talking.
was.
And he was still
Now,
talking,
it could
y'all.
have been a year ago, because I remember thinking, well, why are you trying to open a physical school right now anyway when we're in a motherfucking lockdown?
Right.
When kids,
this was during COVID.
When he was talking about this shit, children weren't even going to school. Okay?
Makes good point. Good point.
So whenever that was, we were still in a lockdown. And he was still talking about opening schools.
Right. When we were basically still in lockdown because of the COVID situation, there was no kids that were going to be able to go to no school. And Lord Jamal made a good point. Umar, and I think Honors has said this, many of y'all have said this in the chat room, Umar would have been better off to open up an online school. He would have been better off and would have probably made a lot of money doing so when he was at the height of his popularity, but he's a buffoon now.
And I'm thinking, why not an online school?
Right.
If you really want to help, why not disseminate a curriculum that other teachers around the country could follow?
Right.
If you really want to help, if it's really about teaching black children, or is it just about you having a fucking school?
Right. It's about him having a school.
You having the money and you trying to create some shit.
Right.
That you can fucking get the credit for.
Facts.
Right. Like, for me, it's been years. I remember watching Hidden Colors in 2014, and he was pushing the school. I remember him saying that he lost $1 million because of somebody. But I mean, I know, one of my organizations that I dealt with, would deal with Dr. Umar, and we were trying to help him find a place in Mississippi. And one thing
Now, didn't I say earlier in this podcast that there have been people over the years that have tried to assist Umar to get the school up and running? But for some reason, when people offer to help him, as he always says he needs help, some kind of way he rejects the help, or he never gets back to people. They call him on the phone. He never returns their calls. He just ghosts people who have offered to help him. This young lady, and I think I follow her on the Facebook, This young lady that's talking right now is telling you that she was a part of an organization that was trying to help Umar, but he was bullshitting with them, okay? He was bullshitting with them. Check this out again.
In 2014, and
2014?
he was pushing the school. I remember
This is 2014, and we're in 2025. He's been running this game. She said 2014 this happened. Can y'all believe?
in 2014, and he was pushing the school. I remember him saying that he lost $1 million because of somebody. But I mean, I know, one of my organizations that I dealt with, would deal with Dr. Umar, and we were trying to help him find a place in Mississippi. And one thing I know is that man has surpassed any amount of money that he has been trying to get to build that school. Where all that money is going, we don't know. A lot of us would love for this school to actually happen, but it's just not looking like it. And I think it's time for us to start looking and taking a harder look at Dr. Umar and saying, look, sir, you have to be accountable because you making us look bad. You look great when you talking to white media, but when it comes to accountability.
Ooh, did you hear what she said? That Umar looks great when he's talking to white media. But yet when he's talking to black folks, he talks down on black people. But when he's in front of the white media, he's trying to be professional. Right? He's a professional black man now, right? But when when he's dealing with the white folks, he's professional. But when he's dealing with black folks, he's broke down like this brother right here waiting to get help on his car and shit like that. Damn, y'all. Woo.
Ability to what the things that you say that you're doing with the money that we've been giving you, it's always an excuse, and we tired of excuses.
And we tired of you asking for the grits money and the fucking all this other bullshit that you talking about and acting like you can't have. You're not giving a donor. Then why, if you're not a donor, why should I answer your questions? Because maybe if you answered them intelligently, I would be a donor. Maybe I could help you get more donors if you would just be transparent with what the fuck you're talking about. But the fact that you don't want to show us is showing us that you a shady motherfucker.
Right, exactly.
And we tired, and the reason why we have to vet people in the black community, because so many times we've heard the right thing. We got niggas that come in. Obama was one of these niggas. He said the right shit. He had the right oratory and the right look and
He's telling the truth. Obama was one of those black people that could say all the right things with his orator skills. Let me now send another message for you all. Let me see. I got another one for y'all to see here. This is bananas, y'all. Check this out. We're getting close to the video that I want you all to see that will reveal what did Umar Johnson really pay for those abandoned buildings in Delaware. Wilmington, Delaware. What did he really pay? Because that's been the mystery. What did he really pay? Because when you find out what he really paid, now you're going to be asking the bigger question, where is the money? Where is the moolah that black people have given you, Umar, all these damn years? Where is it? And why? Wait till y'all find out. Don't go nowhere. It's coming very soon because we're getting close to conclusion. Check this brother out. When I first filmed this video, I thought this brother was praising Umar. It's going to sound like he's getting ready to praise him, but this brother is asking some very logical questions. Check this out.
Public service announcement. Dr. Umar is finally opening up his school. But the reason why I'm bringing that up is because I'm like, why is nobody promoting it? Why is he not promoting it? It says it's supposed to open on September the 3rd of this month. My thing is that this has been a school that all blacks have been waiting for 20 years. Now I'll keep it real with you. How Dr. Umar, or how I found out about Dr. Umar, was he was supposedly to be related to Frederick Douglass.
That's a lie.
But one of Frederick Douglass' family members came out and exposed that it wasn't true.
Oh, I want to give some respect to my man Yalpo. I see you inside the chat room. RY, the builder table. Thank you. The guy from Texas, Embrace the Villain, says Umar hasn't worked since he was fired in 2014. Damn, you telling the truth. I got to give you a clap on that one, Villain. Damn, you telling the truth. The man ain't had a job. So how can you be the greatest? How can you be the greatest, as he says, the greatest psychologist, and you ain't worked since 2014? You haven't had a psychology job. Your job has been every day telling black folks to get on their Cash App, hit the Cash App, and hit the PayPal. Alicia, thank you for the mods that are putting the link to the other channel. I appreciate you for doing that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We got Earl Owens in the house. MZ Kim Bling and Bar. Make sure you check out her channel, ladies, and everybody, because she sells merchandise over there that she has handmade, beads, necklaces, the whole 9 yards. Make sure you check her out. All right, like your life depends on it, y'all. I think my man Embrace the Villainous, he has a channel too. Check him out as well. Let's continue. My lips were a little chapped here, but I'm okay. I appreciate you all. Let's continue with what this brother is saying. Here we go.
Then he doubled down and said, no, I didn't say I was kin to him, that his family members, I guess, were in-laws, that he was related to him by marriage. But what I want to know is why Dr. Umar not promoting his school.
Uh-oh.
I had to do research because I've been seeing him lately on, these interviews talking about celebrities, the Diddy situation. But why are you not promoting your school? We've been waiting for 20 years for this.
This is a good point that he's bringing up. Umar gets on these podcasts like The Art of Dialogue and all these different podcasts, and he spends his time talking about the black church, talking about what's wrong with black America. And this brother is right. He doesn't really promote the school because he really doesn't. If he promotes the school, that will call into question for people to question what's going on with the schools. So maybe he's not talking about the schools on these podcasts as much anymore because it would cause people to investigate that he ain't doing shit up there other than what you see right here, which is a damn shame. Let's get at it.
I just hope it's true. All I want to make this short video is say, man, listen, I hope you put your money where your mouth is. I'll be watching and waiting because I'm hard on people. Listen, I'm hard on our so-called leaders because they've been kind of.
Let's stop it right there. I have to say this, everybody. Umar Johnson, or Dr. Umar Johnson, is not a leader. Leaders lead by example. They lead by engaging in the action of setting the example that people can follow. Leadership reflects attitude, and attitude reflects leadership.
Tell the truth. Tell the truth.
And Umar Johnson doesn't reflect anything that I just said, other than he's a cyber bum who begs for money, and every time things don't go his way, watch, when this whole school situation falls apart, he's going to say that the white man is the reason why he couldn't open up a school. Right? Embrace the Villain. He's going to say these things, brother. The white man is holding me back. Black people didn't support me enough. Y'all Negroes are the reason why I don't have a school. And the white man and the coons that are stopping me, he's going to blame it on everybody else, which is what a narcissist does. But he's not going to look at himself and say to black people in America, this is what I didn't do. He's never going to do that. You just sat up there and heard that sister that was with Lord Jamal saying that she was part of an organization that tried to assist him, and he ghosted, and he didn't take their help, or he wasn't serious.
Community for years been taken from the poor and just only feeding themselves, because for years this school actually was supposed to have been built.
Yeah,
he been getting a lot of donations, but this is what I feel as though these guys at times will suck the money dry from the people, to support their personal lifestyle and their personal children and their wives.
That's what Umar Johnson is doing. Now you're talking and you're talking with truth. Okay, tell the truth.
Tell the truth.
Umar Johnson is simply using the money. And when you find out how much money he really paid for those buildings today, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you, you're going to see the video on this. It's going to make you angry like this brother right here. Umar Johnson is taking money for the lifestyle that he wants to live. Umar wants to be a celebrity. Umar wants to be like the rappers. He wants to be showered with attention. Umar loves traveling around and having speaking engagements because it makes him feel like he's special. This is why he says things like, I'm the greatest orator. I'm the greatest psychologist. Nobody's building a school like me, doing anything like me. He had the nerve to say to that brother in Canada about the school. Remember I talked about this? Remember this right here?
Yeah. You know, although there are some people who go into the ministry for the purpose of serving the Lord, most people go into politics and religion to serve themselves.
Got you. Okay.
In equal numbers? You think in equal numbers?
Let me see if I can find where it was at.
So basically, there's a school in
Here we
Toronto
go.
called Crawford. I went to the school.
Okay.
95% black.
This is in Canada. As I said before, look at what Umar says to this man. There's one school in Canada that's 95% black where they actually have students and real faculty. But Umar says, why they don't have a second school, and he don't even have one school himself.
Okay.
Some people at the school, black teachers as well. And they have about a 95% graduation rate as well.
How long has Crawford been in existence?
Well over 30 years.
Okay. And how many students go to
this
this school?
Adventist school. From grade 1 to 12, I'd say about 200 to 300 kids.
I appreciate the fact that they have a school.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering now, after 30 years, why do you only have one school?
Umar questions why they have one school, yet Umar can't even be transparent about the shit that he hasn't done here in America. He has no right to question what anybody else is doing when Umar has done nothing with the money that black people gave him. Here we go. Let's get back to it.
Lives. Because you get the message, but they the only ones prospering. But I want to see if he's really going to open that school. I'm watching.
You watching.
Because like I said, it's not being promoted. He's not even promoting it like that. He's doing Cam Capone and all kind of other interviews, you know, art of dialogue, but you're not talking about your school.
Right. He's talking about every damn thing else that's happening in society on social media and off social media, but he's not saying anything about the school because, like I said before, he wants to avoid dealing with the big elephant in the room, which is why hasn't his school been open after all these years when he's been taking money from black people all these years. So he doesn't talk about it to avoid that being a topic and issue that people can start looking into. These are just the facts, everybody.
Tell the truth.
What's going on, God's little princess? Anything to deflect, right? Anything to deflect. Peggy Rosser says, plus in the career field, Umar claims to be a psychologist. You have to renew your license throughout the years. Medical doctors also renew themselves. When have Umar done a renewal? He can't. As Embrace the Villain has said, and many others, Peggy, he can't. Ever since he got fired in 2014, the man has not been legitimate, which is why he's been conning black people. As Honor says on his channel, it's a long con. It's a long con, and he's done a damn good job. And what's really sad about it is that it amazes me how black people, I'm just talking about us, we got to stop allowing these charismatic speakers like Umar from ripping us off of money and giving us nothing to show for it. I think they have a term in Islam saying, I think it goes like this, you judge a tree by the fruit that it bears.
Tell the truth.
Okay? You judge a tree by the fruit that it bears. Umar has bared no fruit on his tree because he's been scamming all these years. All right. Let's go with this one right here. I want y'all to see this one right here. Check this out. This is the sister. We got a black woman finally who calls it like it is. Remember this video, everybody?
Phone and open up my camera and tell y'all that I'm sick of somebody. I stand on that. Understand that I'm not a hater by a long shot. Understand that I don't need to bash anybody. I don't need to bash anybody. I'm not biased. But when I tell you with everything in me, I'm so sick of Dr. Umar's manipulation tactics. I'm so sick of it. I am so sick of him using the black struggle, okay, to profit off our pain and struggle. I'm so fucking sick of it. I am so sick of you guys not asking Dr. Umar the necessary questions that you need to ask Dr. Umar. Because he's supposed to be a stand-up black man and he's supposed to be a father. Do you really think that it's coincidental that he don't ever talk about his children? We don't never see examples from Dr. Umar of how to be a decent father. He just doing all this talking to y'all and y'all going along with it because he's...
You hear what she's saying? You never hear Umar talk about his kid. You don't see him with his kids. You don't see him in an office. You don't see him dressed professionally in an office. You don't see him around his family. You never hear Umar say, I'm going home to my apartment or my house. I'm going to spend time with my kids. You never see it. Yet he's telling you and me that he's qualified to work with kids.
An excellent speaker to where he can grasp the attention of an entire crowd. Okay, because he tells black folks what they want to hear. Because he profits off our struggle and pain, especially pondering to black women. He knows that black women don't feel protected in this country, that we are the last herd, that we are not provided for. So he uses that struggle to profit off of that. But let me tell y'all something, sisters, before y'all come up up under my post telling me that I'm bashing another black man. Why doesn't this man have a wife?
Ooh!
Why?
Ooh! Umar Johnson has said this several times on podcasts and in his own videos that black men should not marry or be in relationships with what he calls snow bunnies, right? That black men should be judged by whether they marry or in a relationship with a black woman. He's constantly talking about the black family, right? But this is a man who is not married, has not committed to a black woman of any kind. He might be smashing the cookies because he's always talking about cookies. But Umar Johnson himself, why is he not committed in a relationship or a marriage to a black woman at his age? My thing is, if you're going to start judging other black men and other black people about being in relationships with each other, then damn it, you better very well be in a relationship with a black woman yourself. And Umar is either in none of them. You know why? Because Umar can't take care of a woman. He can't even take care of himself. You all saw that video where he was talking and he flipped the damn phone around and you saw the junk that he was living in, the trash that he was living in. Umar can't take care of himself. He spends more time walking around in hotels, in the car, and then every now and then when he's at his mama's house and he's got them funky colors in the back, it's because he's in his mama's closet. So Umar doesn't have any means. He's not in a position to take care of a woman anyway, but yet he's telling all of us as black men what we should be doing, the choices that we should be making. When he sits up there at that damn block party and puts on a buffoon act, acting like he was getting married to 2 black women and then had children involved in it. That's a damn shame. Shame on you, Umar. Shame on you. Shame on you that you would do something like that. Shame on you.
Why doesn't he talk about his children? Why? Why is he always talking about cookies here and there? Why is that? Why? Let me explain to y'all something.
Why?
Okay? A decent stand-up.
Let me do this. I want to know why, Princeless. I want to know why MZ Kim Bling and Bar. I want to know why Embrace the Villain. I want to know why Big Bugs 120, God's Little Princess, D. Allen Warren. What's going on? The Builders Table. I want to know why. Because she asking very good questions. Why, everybody? Why?
Tell the truth.
Black man, a man that respects women genuinely, will not part his lips on social media or anywhere else making, provocative comments on women. They're not doing that. You've never seen our previous leaders do that. You've never seen all the great activists that we had in the past do that. The only so-called leader, because y'all call Dr. Umar y'all leader, has done that is him. Because he has no respect for black women. I don't give a fuck what he tell you. I don't care if he run around here saying snow bunnies, what he be saying all the black queens forever, snow bunnies never. It's a manipulation tactic. Y'all don't understand. I'm gonna tell y'all how I feel when I see a lot of you black women supporting Dr. Umar, and he's not giving y'all any results, or not giving the black community any results. It feels like watching a battered woman getting her ass beat day and night, getting her head hit in between a washer and dryer, and she just gonna take him back because he'll bring her a good hot meal and some flowers and rub her feet. That's what y'all relationship is with Dr. Umar. That's what it is. It amazes me how you guys cannot identify narcissistic tendencies in his manipulation tactics. He's such a master manipulator. He's using your struggle against you.
Facts. Now, as we're going to get to conclusion now, everybody. This is the video that I've been waiting for. I wanted to save it the best for last. Remember I said in the early part of the program today that Umar, what did he really pay for those abandoned buildings in Delaware, Wilmington, Delaware? Did he pay big money for it? He collected millions of dollars from black folks. Why has he not giving us a proper accounting of the money? Why is he not transparent? I'm going to show you why he may not be transparent, because it has come to my attention with a video that came out a year ago that I don't think people paid attention to. This brother did a real deep dive research, looked at the records, and it apparently looks like the people who owned the building before, those buildings, they were just trying to get rid of these buildings. They didn't give a damn about the buildings. They weren't trying to get a profit off the buildings. They just wanted to put these buildings on some other sucker. In this case, that sucker would be Umar Johnson, who would be the premium sucker. Umar ended up being the sucker in this case because they just got rid of those buildings and dumped it on Umar for whatever they could. The argument that you're going to see here on the video that I'm going to show you, it appears that Umar didn't pay $1 million for these buildings. He didn't even pay $2 million for the buildings. He didn't pay $5 million. He didn't pay $5,000, $20,000. The brother in this video is trying to say that Umar might have gotten these buildings for what? $10. Y'all heard what I just said? Umar may have gotten these buildings for next to nothing.
Tell the truth.
And if that is true, that Umar didn't pay any big money for these buildings, listen to what I'm saying, damn it. If this is true, that Umar really didn't pay any extravagant amount of money, then that would mean allegedly that Umar has been living off those millions of dollars that black people have given him, which is why he won't be transparent about how much money he's really spent, what's on the books, because he doesn't want you to know that he really didn't pay a substantial amount of money for buildings that the people who had it originally, they were trying to get rid of it. They didn't want it. They didn't want the hassle. Honors has already told you that the city was thinking about breaking the whole area down and building a recreational program. Honors has told you that this area that he brought the school in is in a Browning area, meaning it has an environmental impact report, that there's lots of environmental hazards in the soil, in this environment. And Umar picked these buildings in a community that at one point in time was, what, number 4 or 6 or 5 in terms of the worst community with drugs and violence in the country, in Wilmington, Delaware. If you go and do the research on this. He also picked this building in an area where you've got 2 prisons. I think a state prison and a federal. He's got a prison in the area. It's a bad area, a Browning area with environmental hazards. This is why he was able to get these buildings. He kept saying that he got the buildings for a good price. No, he literally got the buildings damn near free because the people that had it were looking to dump this shit on anybody because the damn shit was a hazard. This man might have gotten these buildings for next to nothing. So therefore, if that's true, that means Umar has been setting on big money that he's lied to you about in terms of what he has paid for when it comes to these abandoned buildings in Delaware, Wilmington, Delaware. Do you understand what I'm saying? Let me get ready to play. What's going on, Party God? Make sure y'all check this brother out. He's got a streaming channel. Great guy here. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, brother, coming in. Dropping that stuff like that, dropping that super chat for me and all that good stuff. Let me give you a little bit of this.
Thank you.
Now, Party Guard, man, email me because we still have to do something together. Remember, we talked about that too, brother. So he's got a great channel. We got Jay, the informant, coming in, 78 Valley. What's going on, my sister? Professor Cupcake is and listen to me right now, everybody. Listen to me. Professor Cupcake, thank you for coming over. Everybody in the chat room, thank you as we get close to conclusion. It came to my attention in doing some deep dive through social media. I came across this channel. This brother breaks it down. He's going to give you the numbers and everything. Umar may have paid next to nothing for these buildings, which would explain, I'm going to say this again, which would explain why he never is transparent and which would explain why he doesn't want help from anybody that has offered him help because he doesn't really want the schools to be open. He's using the money that people are giving him to live off of while creating the appearance that a damn school is coming when he knows he paid next to nothing for the schools. Damn near got the schools for free. Or they're not schools, let me correct myself. The abandoned buildings. Again, the abandoned buildings, everybody. Do you understand what I'm saying? Put 7s in the chat room because we're getting ready to go to that video right now. And I want everybody to listen to this video very clearly. I will try to minimize what I say over it, but if I got to say something important, I'll stop it, replay some stuff back. But we're getting ready to ride out of here with this, everybody. We're getting ready to ride out of here with this one. This one is really going to, I got to talk to Honors about this. I don't know if Honors is aware of this brother's calculations on this one. And he used the actual documents that came from the city of Check this out, everybody. This is crazy. Here we go. Here we go.
The contractor takes over. And then when they turn the building back over, you know, they take ownership and then they turn the building back over to the original owners, the people paying for the project.
This is what I need you to do. He's talking about the original people who had control of the buildings and how they turned the buildings over. Put 7s in the chat room, everybody. If you can hear the audio clearly, I'm going to play this again and put those 7s out. Know that you can hear it clearly.
The contractor takes over. And then when they turn the building back over, you know, they take ownership and then they turn the building back over to the original owners, the people paying for the project.
Now, this is Mr. No New. What I'll do after this video is over is I'll put the links for some of these people's channels because you might want to go to his channel and listen to him talk about this some more so that you can really absorb it. But here we go. Here we go.
The contractor takes over. And then when they turn the building back over, you know, they take ownership and then they turn the building back over to the original owners, the people paying for the project.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here we go again. Turned over to the school district. And again, $10 given to this place. Probably did some major renovations, and you'll see that in the next screen that I'm going to show you. Some major renovations went through and then sold and became the Maurice J. Moyer Academy in 2013. Now, if you do the math, that was, what, 10 years ago, okay? And then it was turned back over to K-12 management. K-12 management is a education.
Black Anonymous, I'm going to email Honors and tell him about this situation. I would love Honors to invite me up on his channel to talk about this, but I'm going to try to get this information to Honors. Hopefully, I'm going to get this information to Honors and talk to him about this. I'm going to do that, Black Anonymous. I appreciate that. That was already something on my mind. I was saying, does Honors know? I don't think Honors knows about this. I know he does the best research more than anybody on these YouTube streets about Umar. But I dug this up. I ran into this channel by accident. And this brother is saying that Umar may have not paid no more than $10. You know how people buy homes for $1 and then they got to re-renovate them? These buildings fall under the same category where Umar paid no more than maybe $10 or some low amount of money because the buildings need to be restored. And the people who had them were planning to restore it. And when they restored it, or when they attempted, it was going to cost them $2 million to do it. So what the guy is saying in this video is that the only way Umar Johnson is going to open up this school is he got to put $2 million into it. Wait a minute. Black people have given him that. Where is the money? Let's continue. Let's continue.
Major renovations, and you'll see that in the next screen that I'm going to show you. Some major renovations went through and then sold and became the Maurice J. Moyer Academy in 2013. Now, if you do the math, that was, what, 10 years ago, okay? And then it was turned back over to K-12 management. K-12 management is a educational system.
Let me say something to Black Anonymous. Professor Cupcake says that you have a great blog. Black Anonymous, you are a mod on this channel. You can definitely promote your blog over here, man. If you got additional information that people need to know about, promote your blog here. And what's going on, Jonathan Kidd? It's good to see you. And Dominic Jones and everybody over here, Alicia, RY, Rex Richardson, everybody. Let me continue. Let's go.
An online campus and so forth. If it's the same company I'm thinking of, they do a lot of homeschooling. They purchased it for $1.25 million.
You hear what he's saying? The K-12 Management Incorporated purchased the property for $1.249 million. The Reinvestment Fund Corporation put in $1.3 million. Let's continue with this. Let this man break it down. He has the numbers.
Campus and so forth. If it's the same company I'm thinking of, they do a lot of homeschooling. They purchased it for $1.25 million. And then all of a sudden they turn it back over to, they get rid of it. I guess they realized the headache it was, as you'll see in the next screen, when I show you.
Thank you, Glow.
Permits and all the
last call, what's up? Let me stop this. I got to let this run through, y'all. Let's go.
It for $1.25 million. And then all of a sudden they turn it back over to, they get rid of it. I guess they realized the headache it was, as you'll see in the next screen, when I show you the permits and all the construction that went on it.
Wow.
Marcus Garvey Academy. Now, pay attention to this right here. Turned over to Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy. Now, when we went to FDMG.com, right, he quote unquote raised this money here. There's no transparency. It doesn't show as of date. There's no dates here.
Let me stop it right there. X Freeman, Information Man, Leonard Honors has mentioned many times that word was going around that Umar only paid $10 for the buildings, but he has said that his research has shown 419,000 is what was paid. Right, but even okay, and I'm not saying that honors is not right. Even if Umar paid more than the $10 and he only paid 419,000, where is the rest of the money? And everybody's been asking this. Honors has been asking this. All of you been asking this. Where is the rest of the money? Let's just hear this brother out on this video. And but where is the rest of the money? Because that's why my premise is that's why, and everybody knows that this is why he's not transparent. This is why Umar is not transparent. He's hiding something, and he's been hiding it in our clear view site. Let's continue.
Well, raised.
Yalpo, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for that super chat, brother.
Thank you for the super chat.
He says, it's been 20 years for that school. The freaking World Trade Center only took 14 years to rebuild. Whoa! Whoa! Yalpo, you telling the truth, brother? Golly, you telling the truth. Let's continue.
This money here, there's no transparency. It doesn't show as of date. There's no dates here. There are no dates here. You click on donate, there are no dates. People have been asking for dates and where the money is going and so forth, right? And no one has done anything. No, he has not come. He's avoided the question of how much he's taken in total, where the money is going. But when you come back here and you look at when he got the building, he got it in 2019. Now, mind you, this man has been fundraising since 2010.
You hear that? Honors has said this. We've all been talking about this, that he's been fundraising since 2010. Damn it, 2010. How old was I in 2010? Damn it, I might have been 30. Oh, damn, I might have been 40 years old. I'm 55 years old. This is crazy.
Decade later, he gets this building here, and he got it for basically free.
Okay,
he got it for free. But nobody.
Everybody, do you believe? I know that X Freeman said that Honor said that that was a rumor that was running around that Umar got the buildings damn near for free, maybe $10. This guy is saying the same thing. How many of you in the chat room, by hitting sevens, if you believe that do you think that he did pay $419,000? I know Honors has researched this, but do you think that Umar probably got it even less than that? There's something sneaky about this. Let's hear this. Let's hear it.
Come back here and you look at when he got the building, he got it in 2019. Now, mind you, this man has been fundraising since 2010. Almost a decade later, he gets this building here, and he got it for basically free. He got it for free. But nobody's asking the correct questions. He got it for free.
If he got these buildings for free, that would mean he's been living off the rest of the money while lying to us. And even if he paid the $419,000 for the buildings, he's still lying to us about other things because he's not transparent.
You could look at the taxes that's been paid on it. Excuse me. Tax payments all the way up to this guy right here. If you raise this amount of money,
that's $15,000.
If you raised all that money and you're only what,
20,000?
2019, you've only paid $35,000 in taxes on a let's see, the value of it was $1.25 million building. You got a deal. You got a discount. Now, you can ignore this part where it says year built in 2010, because that's probably a clerical error there. That's when it became, if I'm not mistaken, 2010, where we're at, when they poured a bunch of money into it. And there you go. Now, I do have a tab up here. Let me see if I can find it. Excuse me.
Wow. This is crazy, y'all. This is crazy. We getting to the conclusion of the program today. This is crazy.
I'll show you that one.
Let's see him find what he's looking for here.
Your boy wasn't expecting
Check this
anybody
out.
to come in
Check this out.
And search to see what's been going on this place. Okay. Nobody expects you to come back and check the paperwork, as Jason Black always says. Whoops. Let me go back here and pull this real quick. Let's see. 611 East. Now I'm doing all of this on the fly. Excuse me. Here we go. 610 East 17th Street for this particular property. Now, if you don't understand what you're looking at all the permits and fees that are associated with this place. Now, if you cross-reference all this information with what you've seen on the ownership, let's take a look at the details. Plan and review.
Okay. Living my dream trading. Are you saying that the guy who's doing the video, that he doesn't understand paperwork for purchasing property? Or do you think are you saying it's Umar who doesn't understand it, or the guy that's presenting this information? Just clarify that for me. I'm just playing this because I think this is very interesting, because we know one thing, that Umar isn't transparent with us. We know that much. But I'm just trying to, okay, living my dream trading says, yes, the guy's doing the guy doing the video. Okay. Let me just play the rest of this out and see what you all think, because I got to get ready to look at that.
Oh, that's the other thing I forgot to mention. This is zoned as light manufacturing. Why is a school listed as light manufacturing? It kind of, you want to ask these questions.
Zone for light manufacturing.
In addition to the place.
Estimated $2 million, huh?
And look at the estimated cost of what they were doing on the construction on it. So whoever had this place before, they went through a lot of renovation and so forth. So it's going to take this man, if that's what they paid to get this place up and running for the time it ran, it's going to take Dr. Umar a whole lot of money to get this place running. Now, here we go.
So I think what he's saying is that when it was Mora Academy, that they had to spend about $2 million to get the place renovated and up and running when it was a school before and prior to Umar so-called purchase. But I see my man Living the Dream says that this guy might be getting a few things off wrong, but you guys get the point. At the end of the day, we know that Umar, and thank you for coming in and adding some clarification and everything like that. We know that Umar has been running game. We know he's been lying. He hasn't been transparent. And then he has the nerve to sit up here and say that black people don't deserve reparations, that we don't deserve in this generation of people, that we shouldn't get the reparations.
If you are asking for cash, then your reparations list ain't worth much.
That's what I said.
Because your reparations list should put you in a position to make all the money you want on your own. What you need to pay out from info. But black people are so worried about money that we can't see the bigger picture. We also fail to recognize that reparations is not just for us living. It's for those gone and those not yet here.
Come on.
I ain't heard nobody talk about how much we're going to put to the side for the generations unborn yet.
What Umar is really saying is that he's not hearing anybody say what they're going to put to the side to put in his pocket for his so-called school that he's been using to scam people out of money. That's the truth.
Tell the truth.
Everybody, this is the Information Man Show. As you know, this is how we get down over here. I want to thank you and appreciate everybody that came in to watch the show today. People that super chat, I really appreciate that. If you Cash App me too, I don't know if anybody did Cash App, but if I missed anybody, let me acknowledge people who did Cash App me. I have a habit, and I'm sorry about this, I have a habit of forgetting to check the Cash App in case someone does leave me a Cash App. And I think we got a Cash App from MZ, Kim, and Bling. Thank you very much, my sister, for cash apping me. She's been a great supporter of the program, the channel. Make sure y'all support her. She's in the chat room. We got Yapo, we got Earl Owens, we got Last Call, we got a lot of great people coming in. We got Hustle Man that's in the house. What's going on, Hustle Man? We got a lot of great people that came over to support the channel. Now, do me the greatest difference, the greatest difference that you could do for the channel. As you know, YouTube has a way of suppressing a lot of us black content creators, making sure that our stuff doesn't go out to the algorithm, especially when you're doing videos that are constructive. And it's, you know, and this, I think this is a constructive video because it's warning our people of this individual, right? So make sure you share this in your social media, your X, your Facebook, whatever social media that you use, your community tabs, because we want to break through those algorithms and make sure that everybody sees this video and learns from the video, because Umar Johnson should not be telling black people what we don't deserve and when it comes to reparations or any damn thing, when he has produced nothing, he has done nothing but run his mouth. He has not educated one black boy to date. He has not educated no one to date. And before he can start talking about kids and educating children and about marriage and all of that, one, he needs to start taking care of his own damn kids, okay?
Tell the truth.
Two, he needs to freaking go out there and get his own relationship situation together.
Tell the truth.
Three, get an apartment. Well, three, get a job.
Tell the truth.
And then get your apartment.
Tell
He
the
needs a
truth.
damn real job. He's been living off this bullshit for years now. And when are black people who believe in this man, when are they going to cut him loose and cancel him out? And when will the black podcasters realize that Umar Johnson is a waste of time and stop giving him money to bring him on your podcast? So he sits up there and screams and yells and yelp, and all this yelling and screaming that he does and beating his chest like a damn primate and saying a whole bunch of shit but not doing anything, saying a whole bunch of shit and doing nothing at the same damn time, everybody. Thank you for watching the program. I appreciate you all for coming through and rocking with us today. I appreciate you. You keep doing the things that you're doing, everybody out there. Tell your family members that you love them. I hope everybody had a great New Year, a safe New Year's. This is 2025. Let's make this the best year that we could possibly make it. Hopefully, I'll be able to put out a lot of great content, a lot of eye-opening content on all my channels for you to check out. Make sure you check out the Info Media Reacts channel. Scroll down on this page and you can subscribe to that channel. Check out the Prime Sports Media channel, the Colorado Deion Sanders channel that I have. That channel is doing very well. And check out this channel, of course. And we'll be back with more presentation going into next week, or maybe I'll surprise you with a show during the week. We'll see what happens, everybody. I appreciate you. And we're going to get ready to get on out of here, everybody. Y'all take care. Tell someone you love them. I can't thank you more for the success. I also got a $7 super chat or a cash app from Go Professor. Thank you, Go Professor. Thank you, brother, for the $7 super chat for supporting the channel. I appreciate you, everybody. With that said, we're going to get ready to get on out of here. Peace.
And some of you all still gut eaters.
Peace.
The field Negro was beaten from morning till night. He lived in a shack, in a hut. He wore cast-off clothes. And he hated his master. I say he hated his master. He was intelligent. That house Negro loved his master. But that field Negro, remember, they were in the majority.